Check 1 2 1 2, bitch.
Hi.
What up?
This is episode 217?
218.
218. 218 of the iLLogical Says podcast. This is your boy Busby.
Give me a hell yeah!
And over here is your boy JC
No
X.
And Martine.
Yo, what the fuck is up, man?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck we gonna talk about, but we gonna go with it. What the fuck all y'all doing?
You didn't write no notes, huh?
Hell no. I always win this shit. All first verse.
He said freestyle off the dome.
Off the dome. Off the head. Off the dome. All alone. By myself. Wanna go night night, nigga? Anyway. What the fuck y'all doing?
I'm chilling.
Feel it?
You know me, man.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snowfall's back. By the time y'all hear this, y'all probably would watch the 2-hour series season premiere, so that's good.
Yeah, that's why we're recording right now.
Yeah.
Because I got the East Coast channel.
Or I could be patient and just wait till, it goes on FX. Because I have patience.
Yeah, I got family time. They want to watch the show, so there's that. And Martine, we've been watching the Lakers the last week. I don't need that stress tonight.
Yeah.
God bless them. I hope they get the
I'm
W.
good.
But Snowfall is on.
There you go.
Snowfall is on,
Yeah,
baby.
plus, man, I got weed to smoke, bro.
Yeah.
Shit.
And it's crazy how everyone's really anticipating this shit. Because we didn't think we were going to get Snowfall next season, like this year, because of the whole pandemic. But somehow, some way, they got it done. And I don't know how many episodes, probably 10 episodes. 30. How many episodes was season 2?
All that season's been 10.
Oh, okay. So they could get to 10 episodes. But, yeah, we're going to see how Franklin going to become the Black Walter White. Or Walter Black, that's what I call him. And, yeah, we're going to see.
This is going to be funny, and people may take it the wrong way, but fuck it. I don't care. I'm really excited to see the inclusion of the Crips and the Bloods in all of this. Because now they're a part of that time where crack is now becoming gang-affiliated. Heavily.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
So-
the last thing, what happened? What was the last thing that happened in season 2? Like Frank and the
Season 2 or Season 3?
season 2. Is it season 3 we're in right
No,
now?
season 4.
The last thing that happened in season 3 was when he made the deal with the cop and said they're gonna work together and shit, right? That was the last thing that happened.
But remember, after he got shot and he was in that dreamlike coma, when he was out, he saw a bunch of Crips and he saw a bunch of Bloods as they were running through that apartment complex. Remember? And then he woke up.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm excited to see that element, which is, people might hear that the wrong way. Oh, you're excited to see people get killed and lives be true. It's like, well, from that perspective, no. But in terms of the story and how that progresses, this is the crack era.
Right.
This is officially the crack era when season 4 starts.
I see this lasting 2 more seasons.
And where does it take place at?
LA.
Los Angeles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This is what we're about to see is leading up to 6 a.m. police at my door.
Yep.
Like, that's what we're leading up to right now.
Yeah, Franklin's pretty, and Frank is pretty. It's Frank, right? That's his name. Franklin. Yeah, he is pretty much the Black Walter White. Like, he's literally becoming the kingpin of the whole drug shit, brick by brick. Even though he's from Britain, but yeah,
Excited to see my dog Leon, Uncle Jerome. They were running a Mount Rushmore of TV uncles. They had Uncle Phil. Forgot who the other 2 options were, but then I was like, no, Uncle Jerome gotta be, even if he's not number 4, he's at least gotta be in the conversation for that 4th spot. He's just too damn G.
So it's just Uncle Phil and Uncle Jerome. If you can't remember the other 2.
Well, I can't remember the other 2 that they put on. I would put Uncle Junior from Jamie Foxx show.
I forgot about that show, so I gotta rewatch it.
You remember Uncle Junior though?
I never watched a Jamie Foxx show like that. Only just a few episodes here and there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I just know Tim Duncan's brother was on there, and
That's not Tim Duncan's brother.
not Tim. It's not.
No.
Wait, what?
It's not Tim Duncan's brother.
Like, hold up.
We all thought it was because he has the same last name, but it's not Tim
Damn near
Duncan's brother.
look-alike.
I know. Yeah. It's wild. They're not related at all. It's crazy.
In my narrative, they are.
It's the craziest shit ever. I thought for sure. Everybody thought for sure, and then looked up their wikis, and yeah, they're not even related. I was like,
Shit.
that's a glitch in the Matrix.
They
Yep.
damn near look alike. But yeah, I never really got into Jimmy Fox show like that. 'Cause maybe I was too young. Maybe I'll go rewatch it. But just too much shit that's out right now. Like fucking WandaVision. Air the horns. Episode 6? Was it episode 7? What y'all think?
That's why he needs to write notes down.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I lost track because, like, I keep waiting
For something to happen.
for, like, something spectacular to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like,
It's a
it's just
slow
leading
build.
you on.
It-
I mean, we
leading you
called
on.
it last week.
What?
Like, when I
Like, it
said,
was
"Oh, everybody's
Agatha?
saying it's the witch,"
It
and
was
then literally it
obvious
popped up, and I was like,
her.
"Yeah, okay." All
The
right.
way it was revealed was fucking great. It was dope how it got revealed. I was like, oh shit. When
Nah,
she,
yeah. That was
It was
went
cool.
to the
Like,
cave
it wasn't like a oh my god moment for me, but it was cool.
See, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for.
Right,
You
I'm
know
waiting for
what
the
I
oh
mean?
my
Holy
god
shit
moment.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh my god, it's happening. Oh, That's
Yeah.
what I'm waiting for.
well, just be patient. It'll pop up.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's what
They're
Marvel does.
they're like easing it in, and they made more announcements today. Disney and Marvel made announcements on top of announcements.
Yeah.
We got a title for the new Spider-Man. Air the horns. Not far from home. What's it called?
Wrong.
Wrong. Fuck! It was home in it. It was just in my head.
That's why you should write your notes down.
Anyway, nigga.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. No Way Home. That's
Of course I would remember, right?
Of course, because you're the Spider-Man.
I won ticket. Take 4.
Anyway, yeah, it's called No Way Home, and they were saying only in theaters, and it's coming out December 17th, pretty much around the Christmas time. So
Joe Biden said everything should be back to normal.
Disney
around
just
normal
pretty
by
much,
Christmas
Disney
time.
and Sony just said, nah, we gonna get these millions. If one of y'all gotta die to see Spider-Man, y'all just gonna die. We gonna get this money. Yeah. What's it? They announced Loki's gonna drop on June 11th. The Loki series and shit. Falcon and Winter Soldier's coming out March 18th. WandaVision's coming out. And they announced the Star Wars show, Bad Batch. I want to call it Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Oh my god.
No, Bad Batch. It's like the sequel to Clone Wars or whatever. That's gonna drop on May the 4th.
Of course.
Of course. But I'm kind of just like, I'm gonna like be skeptical about that because there's only gonna be one episode, and they're gonna just milk it every damn week, and the episodes are gonna be like 20 minutes long. So whatever. That's usually what they do with these shows. It's like they always drop it weekly. And Kevin Feige was saying some shit like he doesn't know if there's gonna be a second season of WandaVision, even though I don't think there should be because I don't know what else they can go from after season 2, but whatever, because it's leading into Doctor Strange, the multiverse of madness or whatever.
See, now I'm curious though, is it really leading into that?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that you guys know the plan, you know what I mean? But it just doesn't, like right now, add up how it leads into that. To me.
Well, they showed the stills from some of the like promotional stills from No Way Home and shit like that. You could see Parker and Zendaya and the fat Filipino kid. What's his name?
I have no clue.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about. We'll just call him the best friend.
Yeah, the best friend. He kind of lost weight. I don't know why I call him fat, but he lost some weight. But you see him going into a cave, kind of like Agatha's. So, and they say Doctor Strange is going to be in it. He is going to be in the Spider-Man movie. And they're alluding that, that's how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to pop up and shit like that. And it's called No Way
I kind of
Home.
figured that much.
And it's called No Way Home, so, multiverse and shit like that. So, we gonna see.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Definitely.
Yeah. Fucking Paramount came out with their cocks out today. Ugh.
And I've been waiting, baby.
That shit's dropping in March. How much is that going to be?
If you do it for the 1 year, if you do it with the ads, it's half off, so it's $29.99 for the year. Mm-hmm. And then if you do it with no ads, it's $49.99 for the year. And that drops March 5th. You got until March 4th to
how much
sign
a
up
month?
for it.
How much
I don't know, because I did it for the year.
Well, okay. You always just do the whole, buck. The buck.
Might as well. Shit,
Yeah.
at that price.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, well, they got like a whole lot of shit coming to their motherfucker. They're like on the MTV side, they're doing like a whole Real World reunion for like the very first season. They're bringing back Unplugged. They're bringing back Behind the Music, which I'm kind of excited for because I really fucked with Behind the Music when it was on VH1. Like,
when you say they're bringing it back, is it like new shows?
New episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That changes my perspective on things.
Yeah.
I thought it was just bringing back the old shit.
Nah,
like,
they said Unplugged. They said it's a whole new shit. They're bringing back Unplugged. I'm like,
I want to see that.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of rappers need to do Unplugged and like artists and shit. I used to love Unplugged back then.
Spending more money on these bullshit ass.
That's how they get you. They said, and they're saying that they're gonna premiere Quiet Place 2 and the new Mission Impossible movie after it's a run in the theaters for like 40-something days. It's gonna be exclusive to the Paramount app, which is smart. And whole bunch of shit, whole bunch of movies. Nickelodeon dropping all their content, MTV dropping all their content, not named Ridiculousness, on their shit. Hey, it got me hooked. I'm like, okay, you got me. I gotta get Peacock with the WWE Network. I gotta get this. Fuck, man. Fuck cable. What's the point in cable now?
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously. What's the point? I turn on YouTube to watch the news now instead of turning to my local news station. It's like,
yeah.
For
you
what?
Seriously, watch the shit on YouTube?
No, it's a figure of speech.
No, I do.
I mean, you cut your cable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
No, I didn't cut my
say
cable. There's cable inside there. So, I mean, I could watch it, just go in there and watch it. But...
Okay, I guess.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, no, but I was like tripping out the fact that he said that he did. I was like, wait, what?
No, but I'm just saying that as a figure of speech because I literally just go on YouTube. Just like that's the first thing I do in the morning. I just look at my phone or I just turn on my TV and just go to YouTube and just see like the stories for the day or whatever. Or go on Twitter. But yeah, it's the 21st century, man. Y'all need to adapt and get with the program.
Yeah, it's the subscription era.
Pretty much.
Because it's not even just TV. Cellular carriers, they're even branching off and they're doing their own. They're doing plans that are based on subscriptions. Like Verizon has one called Visible, where there's no long-term contract. It's like $40 a month, and you get the exact same thing. It's just in a subscription form. And if you plan off and you get at least 4 members to sign up, so basically an unofficial family plan.
Right.
Every line just goes down to $25 per. And everybody's responsible for their own line. So it's not like you have to pay the $100 all together. Like everybody gets their own charge and they got to take care of it through that. And it's not, it doesn't max off at 4. You really just need 2 to start with that plan. But if you want to get to the 25, you need at least 4. And they said it's unlimited for how many people you bring onto that plan.
What the fuck? That's a trip.
They're doing that. Metro PCS got one where...
Well, Metro been fucking...
Right, but they're subscribed now with, if I'm not mistaken, with Sprint and the T-Mobile merger.
Yeah.
That's their Visible for Verizon. They're all branching off. They're starting to do all of that stuff. It's the subscription era.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Paramount also said, like... all the CBS on NFL is going to be exclusive to their streaming app too. So you can watch NFL games. You can watch, I guess, the Final Four shit, NCAA shit on their March Madness, all going to be exclusively streaming on there. I was like,
makes it easier than bouncing back and forth between CBS, True, TNT, and TBS.
Yep.
Because that's what literally. But remember back in the day, Martine, when the only time you could fucking watch it was when they just switched the games on all CBS.
Not even that, bro. What was worse was when it was on CBS and ESPN. Like, having to go back and forth. And I think TNT
Network.
had it.
It's USA Network.
Well, no, what I'm saying is,
like,
remember before they...
Like, it was worse.
No, but I'm saying, remember,
You know
even before they started doing that, where it was multiple channels, it was just CBS, and you had to stick with whatever game they were showing. And then they merged out, and they gave all the CBS networks, the Viacom networks, and it was like, okay, but I still gotta like scroll through all these damn channels. Now they have it in just one damn app and platform, and I can just scroll through and pick the game I want.
Pick this one.
Yeah,
this game's done. Go to the next one.
Exactly.
Nah, the Paramount Plus. I was like, okay, you got me, you sons of bitches. So at that point, I have HBO Max, I have Hulu, I have Netflix, I have WWE Network, which is probably going to combine with Peacock. And Apple TV with all that streaming shit. God, that's 5 streaming.
I'm gonna get Discovery TV, Discovery TV or Discovery Plus to next month.
What's on there that you like watching?
A&E, for my mom and Larissa and my sister. OWN, Oxygen, Lifetime, the ID channel, like pretty much all the crime shows that I like.
Yeah.
All that's like, I was going through because Larissa was like, hey, what do you think about this? And I was like, okay, well, what do they got? And so then I started browsing through, and I was like, that's where they've been hiding the first 48 at. Because you notice on Hulu, they only show like 6 episodes for like 7 seasons or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, so where's that at? And then I was going through, I'm like, oh. And how much? Oh, it's only $6.99 a month. Yeah, that's cool. Throw it on. Because some of these episodes they're worth it. Like, you would think like $14.99 or something like that, but I saw $6.99. I was like, yeah, why not?
Especially for all those channels and shit. Yeah.
It's a fucking meal at Burger King.
Like streaming platforms range from either $4.99 to $9.99. That's pretty much from between $4.99 and $9.99. That's how much all these fucking streaming platforms are.
Except
but they start adding up.
I would say like HBO and Netflix $15 practically.
Oh,
yeah, Netflix is about the same.
Damn, they're about to be $20.
Seriously,
might as well be now, man.
Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, I got definitely a show for people to watch. I highly recommend. Buried by the Bernards.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I saw the trailer for that.
That shit is fucking hilarious. Think of the real life Office, except with a black family that owns a funeral home. Mm-hmm. In Memphis.
Shit. Okay.
I went into it like, okay, cool. Like, let's see how it goes. By the end of the first episode, I was like, nope. Cancel everything I'm doing the rest of the day. I'm binging this the entire day.
They're only 24 minutes. They're not even that long. They're almost like half an hour.
Yeah, it's half an hour episodes. But it's perfect. Like, you literally can binge the whole thing within 4 hours.
Yeah. There was another show I watched. It was a mini series I watched on Netflix, and it looked interesting just from the trailer. But then after the 6th episode, the last episode, I was like, this is fucking pissing me off. It's called Beyond Her Eyes. There you go. It's about this black chick who meets this white boy, and yeah, that's pretty much that's when it ends. Just ends right there. She couldn't mind her fucking business, and she gets caught up in a whole bunch of fuckery.
Yeah, that's what always happens.
Exactly, and it was like it was entertaining because I wanted to see where it was going. But then when it gets to the last episode, it's like, why couldn't you just mind your fucking business? And then some fuckery shit happens to her in the end, and I'm like, that's what the fuck you get because you should have minded your fucking business. And then I felt like my time was wasted. It's only 6 episodes, damn near an hour each, and I felt like I wasted 6 hours of my fucking life.
Can't get that shit back.
No, I can't, because I felt like it was gonna crush a landing. It was gonna like stick a landing, and it didn't. That's why I hope WandaVision sticks to landing, so I know where to fucking place it on my MCU list.
Man, it's Marvel, bro.
Yeah, they probably have all this shit planned out, man.
Like they're batting 1,000. You know what I mean?
After how many movies? 20-something movies and shit, and yeah, I mean for the show content, I guess. But
another one I recommend is another FX joint, Hip Hop Uncovered.
I watched the first episode of that.
I still need to watch that shit.
That shit, bro.
Damn it.
Look, I knew Miss Deb was Waka Flocka's mom, and I knew her role within hip hop. Mm-hmm. I just didn't know who his uncle was.
And who was his uncle again?
His uncle is Benny, one of the original members of the Kenneth Supreme team.
Fucking what?
His mom and his uncle, they're from New York, not from Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
They're from New York.
Okay, that makes sense now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had no idea about that. I always heard the name Big U out here on the West Coast, but now really getting to see his role and everything. Haitian Jack.
If you're a Pac fan, you know who he is.
Yeah, but even then, I knew who he was beforehand. And then there was Trick. I had no idea Trick's role went that far back, but I'm impressed learning about Trick.
Yeah, Trick's an old fucking G.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why he calls it the no-fly zone if you get on his shit list out there.
Yeah.
I remember Rick Ross got some funk out there in Detroit. Oh, because he dissed Eminem and shit. And Trick told him it was a no-fly zone, but, Rick Ross was like, fuck that, I'm the boss. I can go out there. And he was about to perform, but then Trick and his entourage were waiting for him and pretty much punked his ass not to show up to the concert, and he didn't show up on stage.
That clip showed up in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said Rick Ross ain't coming out because he was scared.
Yeah, so they, the premise of it is basically showing how their roles as not really well-known figures within hip-hop, it shows how pretty much their lives stretched from the underworlds and crime, and how they took the proceeds and pretty much not only revitalized their lives, but ended up funding what would become what we know as the modern era of hip-hop.
And what's crazy, from what people say online, they're talking to people that you would never expect to talk on camera. They were shocked to see these people literally talking about their lives on camera. Like, what the fuck? So I was like,
Yeah,
Saw Whack
it's real good. Like 4 episodes in, it's been a joy watching this.
Yeah, I saw only like the first episode, and I was like, okay, then I'll go back to this later. I'll probably finish it later on tonight.
Yeah, they drop 2 at a time. They drop 2 a week.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it's for the entire month. So I think there's 8 episodes total.
So how many are there right now?
4.
Oh, okay, I'll watch them tonight.
Yeah, they drop on Fridays, and then they're on Hulu on midnight Saturday.
Pretty much that same night, pretty much. But yeah, man. So where should we begin?
Kim Ye, no more.
Yeah, air the horns. Hi, Kim.
I ain't gonna hear the horns.
Air the horns, nigga. Air the horns.
I'm never happy when people get divorced, bro.
Well,
so I'm not going to air the horns.
I'm just saying it because it was a sarcastic air the horns.
Oh well, I don't. That's a celebratory. It's a celebratory noise. I don't do that for divorce.
Anyway, yeah, Kanye. Well, Kim Kardashian finally did it. She done filed for divorce from Kanye West. I mean, who didn't see it coming?
Kanye.
I think Kanye saw that shit coming. While he was working, according to reports, they pretty much saying it was pretty much mutual. Kanye understands, and it's gonna be they're gonna share joint custody of the kids and shit.
No, it ain't mutual. He got to go with it. He called his mom a white supremacist, basically on Twitter.
That's what it said on TMZ. I'm just going for what the reports are saying.
I know. TMZ can report that, and that's all well and fine. That shit ain't mutual. He got to go with the flow.
Well, he has no choice because he did it by himself. He caused it.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This ain't no mutual shit. He got to go with the flow.
No,
what
he said he wanted to break up with her anyway. That's what he said on his, in his manic rage and shit like that. But yeah, according to what TMZ says, allegedly that they're gonna share custody. I guess she's gonna get paid like $1 million for each year they were married. So that's 7 years. So that's $7 million. And
at least it wasn't 18 years.
18 years. Yeah, 18 million.
I mean, still kind of is though.
I mean,
they still got kids, man.
I mean, he got 4 kids.
Oh, but at least he ain't got to shove out 18 million.
Yeah,
it's 11 million still in the tuck.
Yeah,
it could be.
Hey man, Kim. I'll say this though.
I mean?
I remember when it first got announced that they were gonna get married and she was gonna have his kid and shit. Like any Kanye fan, I was like, "Fuck!" But then over the years, when I see how she like maneuvered with Kanye and how she supported, like I think after the Taylor Swift shit, that's when I was like, "You need to keep that woman." Like you need to keep that woman. How she fucking tried to learn about the culture and cook soul food and shit. Tried to help black man get out of jail. And she really was down for that man. She was legit down from what I've seen from publicly. How she was always publicly defending Kanye when he couldn't defend himself. And I was like, fuck, that's a loyal woman right there. And Kanye fucked that up. It's not surprising because he's bipolar, didn't want to take his damn meds because he felt he was a god. So he said it, a god. So it's fucked up, but like I said, it was allegedly. I'm just gonna say that allegedly there was a rumor that this has been boiling for some time, that she's been secretly having another relationship with Van Jones. Allegedly, you know who Van Jones is? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she's trying to pretty much rebrand herself because she's trying to get into the legal system and trying to be a lawyer and shit, just like her dad and shit like that. Because she's 40 now, so she's trying to change up her shows getting canceled. She's ending her Keeping Up with the Kardashians and shit like that. So, hey man, fuck it. She probably has another reality show on the way anyway. But
yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I always feeling different when it comes to divorce because some people celebrate it, some people don't. They're not looking forward to the next phase. Obviously, I don't know these people, so it's not like I'm invested in it. Yeah. But in terms of being indifferent, it's just like, well, we'll see how it plays out, how it goes.
I mean,
what's most important is the 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
At this rate, that's really what's most important in my eyes. As long as they're well taken care of, they have access to both parents in a healthy co-parenting situation. So be it.
Hopefully Kanye just this wakes his ass up. I hope so, because
909s and heartbreaks.
What?
909s and heartbreaks.
909. That's the LA area code.
No. 909 is another drum machine.
Oh.
You know, 808.
Yeah.
So 909.
Because also 808 was also the area code in Hawaii. That's also where he recorded it. But
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get you. But we'll see. Like I'm just thinking of all the lights, all the opening bars of all the lights after the MJ line and shit. He goes like, "I slapped my girl. She called the feds. She take the kids or whatever." What did he say on all the lights? He's like, after he said MJ gone, my nigga dead. I slapped my girl. She called the feds. Like I just hope those bars aren't reality. If that makes any sense.
Like they're just bars.
Yeah, they're just bars. I hope I hope he doesn't manifest that shit.
It doesn't sound like. I mean, again, I wasn't in the household, so I don't know. But it doesn't sound like domestic violence was.
Oh no, I'm just saying when just because how Kanye goes on this, because like we said last week, it's about that time Kanye comes back to Twitter to sell something, and he's gonna talk about this shit. Hopefully,
he does have some new shoes coming out, and they ugly as fuck.
I mean, they're all of them are pretty
but
ugly.
These ones are fucking disgusting, dog.
Well, what's worse about this one than the last ones?
They look like fucking bear claws.
How does he come up with this shit, man? Like, I like the Yeezys when they were like the Red Octobers and how they were with Nike and shit like that. And with Adidas too, like the
first one, like
Yeezy Boost or whatever. Yeah. But then Kanye just had to just go, you know what? I'm going to go prehistoric on y'all.
He's like, left?
Yeah.
I'm going to do the complete opposite of what you expect me to do.
Right.
That's Kanye. That sums him up right now. He does the complete opposite of what you expect him to do. Yeah. Oh, you want me to go against Trump? No, I'm going to go for Trump. Oh, you want me to make great music? Well, I'm going to make gospel music.
Yeah, try booing me now.
Huh?
Try booing me now. Yeah. I got Jesus in my songs.
I have Jesus in my song. I call my next album Jesus is King.
Oh, watch me.
Watch me. Like I said, I hope for Kanye's sake, I hope he doesn't really go and lose his fucking mind, even though his mind's already lost. So prayers up to him. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yuck indeed. Hopefully he could be focused now. Well, he's always, even with Kim and them, he was just, yeah. Well, I said something on Twitter that got people like, up in arms, which I didn't really care. But I said, well, because during that whole marriage, we got Yeezus, The Life is Pablo, Ye, Kids See Ghost, and Jesus is King. Out of that 5 bunch, 3 of them are classics.
Huh?
Yeezus, The Life of Pablo, and Kids See Ghost.
What kind of shit is that?
Yes. Yeezus is a classic. We fucking ranked it on our fucking top decade albums list. So don't give me that look.
You ranked
that
it
don't
on
mean
our
it's
top
a
decade.
classic.
It was still on there.
Like,
we all agreed
hell?
that's a classic.
From a decade, you're telling me?
The Life of Pablo is a classic too. We just got done talking about that shit last week and how great we like the album.
No. Y'all was talking about how y'all like
we.
Okay, well, there's 3 of us here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then Kids See Ghost.
I'm not there with Kids See Ghost.
Yeah, how is that?
I am.
Man, no.
I am.
There was one classic that came out of that run.
And which was that?
Daytona.
Anyway, like I said.
Exactly.
For Kanye's sake. Look, I didn't say yay. I didn't say yay.
Oh, of course not, because that
Jesus
shit
King.
was trash, dude. What the fuck?
Okay, it was better than Scorpion.
What does that mean?
Exactly. It's better than Scorpion.
So instead of it being diarrhea shit,
that's as far as
just
I
a regular
go.
solid
Pretty
piece
much,
of shit.
Yay and Jesus is King. I liked it, but I'm not gonna go out the way to defend it. I'll defend Yay up to it's better than Scorpion. Everything else, I ain't defending it. Jesus is King. I like it. I don't mind it, but I ain't defending that.
In basketball terms, it's like it's 31%. Well, it's not 30%. Like, okay, but
hey, fuck it.
It's not. Ain't nothing to celebrate or brag about either.
Hey, fuck it. I'll celebrate that. It's better than Scorpion, and I'll stand on that hill. But other than that, I ain't defending that. But Yeezus, The Life is Pablo, and Kids See Ghosts, I can defend that.
For somebody who complains that they're only getting mid-card albums.
Yeezus is mid-card to you?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
To you.
100%.
All right. Life of Pablo's. Well,
Life of Pablo, bro. I don't know, man.
Well, I forgot. You don't like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, so I forgot about that.
It's not that I don't like it.
You just think it's overrated.
I don't see the hype in it the way everyone else did. Like, I really don't.
I know you jumped off the Kanye train after graduation. That, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, those during
smart move too, if you ask me.
Depending on how you look at it, the Kim Ye era. To me, it gave 3 classics. So, take it or leave it. It's my opinion. Don't debate me.
I just did. And I will after this fucking episode is done.
And then I'll just be like, all right. But, anyways, yeah, big ups to Kanye. Fucking prayers for Kanye.
Yeah, that's not that situation.
He needs all the prayers, man. Seriously,
Yeah.
and I don't even mean that like joking around and shit.
Because, like I said, Kim was there for him, and she was there. They said, according to Kanye, according to reports, they said the final straw for Kim was when he ran for president last year, and the whole speech he did about all that. She said that was he said that was the final straw. You think?
I'm just saying though, like the reason why I say all prayers for Kanye because like really, he has a mental problem.
Mm-hmm.
This is just gonna add who knows what to that
That's
mix.
what we're scared of.
I mean,
that's what we're all scared
that's
of.
That's what I'm saying. Like legit, I'm always coming off as I'm joking and shit, but not for real.
Mm-hmm.
Prayers up to Kanye, man. Seriously.
Yeah. And he has so many yes men around him. Like that's the thing. He refuses to have like the right people around him. And when the right people all around him and they try to talk some sense into him, he doesn't listen because he thinks he's a god. So, whatever.
That shit kills me.
That's how he said it. He's like, I am what you think I am. A god.
Yeah. On the other side of the country, Bobby Shmurda home.
The hat came back from space, man. The New York cap is just floating around in space for all them years, but it came back into the atmosphere, and he's back. He's out of jail. Shout out to Bobby Shmurda after what, 7 years?
6 years.
6 years? Shit.
Yes, sir.
It's a long
Shout
time.
out
And
to
he didn't
Bobby
snitch.
Shmurda.
He didn't snitch on his homies.
Nope.
He took that whole bid, and he's out. So
Not even that. He took extra years to
Yeah, it
make
took
sure,
extra years to help Rowdy get out earlier.
Yeah.
yeah, so he took that bid, man, and I just wish everything was open.
That was on some real G shit.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
lie.
what I'm fascinated about that whole situation is just how quickly 6 years went by.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, I remember hearing about that news when the whole GS9 and then randomly seeing, wait, why is Shaw Money Excel arrested? Like, what the hell's going on? And then, seeing that was before the streaming era, the DSPs happened.
Shit. Yeah, it was. This was like during the ringtone era and shit.
Yeah, this was 2014, so this was the year right before everything kicked off.
When
like,
Hot Nigga dropped?
I remember when all that popped off, there was no Apple Music. It was Beats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Beats app.
And it was still like beta too. Like it wasn't no serious like platform like
Right.
that.
So yeah, just how quickly 6 years goes by. And then not in addition to that, just how relevant he still remained.
If you went to any bar before COVID, if you went to any bar or club, they will play Hot Nigga at least once.
Yeah.
At least it is the personification of playing for the jury and the
my God.
That's what that song is.
Yeah.
It's playing for the jury. And they're still playing it in the clubs, playing it for the jury, playing it for the judge, playing it for the cops. I hope he doesn't do that mistake again,
Well, to be fair, he hasn't seen anything in the last 6 years. There's nothing to say.
Yeah.
Really though.
And they can still play Hot Nigga because the reality is that the judicial system can no longer do anything about it anymore.
Exactly. So he can still sing that song about killing niggas and robbing niggas.
But I'm glad he is he's out. He is still really entering the prime of his career.
Yeah, how old is he now?
In terms of that.
When did he go to? How old was he when he went to jail?
I think he had just turned 20.
I was gonna say I think it was like either 19 or 20. I could be wrong though.
Damn.
Let me see. I'll pull it up.
Is that sure?
It's crazy, man. There's a few things that I kind of want to say about this shit.
Say it.
Nah, I'm going to. Man, will you let me get to it? God damn it! Shit.
Yeah, when he went in, he had just turned 20.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he's 26 right now. He'll be 27 later this year.
25 maybe.
Nah,
No, he'll be 27 later this year.
Okay.
What I was gonna say is, man, I really feel, and I'm not putting him in this same category because he don't really rap like him or have that same profound voice or whatever, right? But he has the opportunity to have a star as big as Pac. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just the way shit went down, the way he was loved and shit, especially in his own city and whatnot. Coming back. Now, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Thanks to Pop Smoke, though.
Yeah.
That drill sound, that shit that, that he was, like, moving towards is, like, it's perfect for him to jump in now. You know what I mean?
Well, I think even I would go beyond Pac. I would say this is a more... I wouldn't say more regional, but this would be a more mainstream reality of what happened with Mac Dre out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that to me, this is more in line with Mac Dre than Pac. Only because Pac was only in for like 10 months.
Yeah,
or so, and then he got like really the last 3 years of Pac's life just like a fucking snap of the finger.
It was a blur.
Yeah.
Did Bobby Shmurda drop an album or nah?
He dropped that EP.
So he hasn't even dropped a full.
Yeah, he hasn't dropped a debut album yet.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Coming soon, I bet.
Yeah. So from that aspect, he's like a hybrid of Mac Dre and 50 in terms of, remember when 50, even though 50 didn't go to jail, he got shot and then he got blackballed from the industry. So his debut got pushed back an additional 3 years.
Right.
From the time he was really getting his name out there. So yeah, it's kind of like a hybrid of that.
That Mac Dre one, I didn't think about that shit, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. For those who don't know that situation, Mac Dre, T.I.P. He
not Tip, not T.I. You know, Thiz and Peace.
Yeah.
Be specific for you out of Bay people that listening.
He was in the car with some friends that were part of the. And I'm saying this because this was on America's Most Wanted. I ain't saying nothing that ain't already known.
It's well documented.
Yeah,
well documented.
He was with some friends that were part of the Romper Room gang that had done some robberies around pizza spots. Nothing that was like Modesto or just around.
Well, banks and pizza spots.
Yeah. He was in the car when they caught him. They gave him like, hey, we know you didn't do it. Just turn yourself in. He was like, I ain't telling nobody. And he got 5 years just for being in the car.
Yep.
And then when he came out, he was
Mac Dre.
Yeah, the legend of Mac Dre had already.
Rapper gone bad.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, now when I saw that, I was like, oh, that's very Mac Dre-ish.
Yeah.
And yeah, so again, I was never big on Bobby Shmurda before he went in. I just admired the just staying 10 toes down.
Yep.
Not compromising.
It was the opposite of fucking Snitchy 60.
Yeah.
Literally.
But even then, like even then, before he was even in the picture, like I still found it admirable. Because remember, he didn't come in the picture for like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah, like the anti-Bo Jackson of music. That was Snitchy 60.
Yeah. So I am excited. He does look like he has a new appreciation for obviously freedom, but life just in general of what he's gone through. Like you said with Pop Smoke, may he rest in peace. But while he was alive, taking that drill sound and that basically Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel had built upon before they went in, keeping it in the public eye.
Right.
Unfortunately, he's not here anymore so they can all merge together. But he took the baton and carried it as far as he could go. Right. To where when they're back free, they're able to continue on and run with it. So I'm interested. I'm intrigued. When his album does drop, that'll be a moment where I'll press play as soon as it drops. I'm not gonna wait for that.
I hope he takes his sweet. I hope he takes his sweet time. But I think it's really funny because he's still signed to Epic Records, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny seeing Epic Records promoting his ass now when they didn't want to pay for his when L.A. Reid didn't want to pay for his legal fees and all that other shit when he got in trouble and shit.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, I find that funny. Like, so now that he's out, y'all trying to capitalize off of it. I mean, I get it, but
it ain't funny. That's the business.
I know. Like I said, the game is the game.
They ain't gonna rock with you if they gotta shelve the money, but when they know they can make the money off your back.
They were like they were showing all his accomplishment, how hot niggas like quadruple platinum and Bobby Bitch is quadruple platinum and everything he's on is quadruple platinum since he's been in jail. Like,
don't be surprised if all of a sudden a mini series building up to the debut release shows up on YouTube.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Man. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Not even that, like Spotify or fucking.
This whole shit is going to be documented.
It's going to be there for sure.
This whole shit is documented. Everything that he's doing.
Funded by Epic. That's what I was getting to. Funded by Epic with Epic.
Yeah.
With Epic employees in the documentary saying, "Oh, it's just great to have him back." Like, okay, I know.
Epic's with Sony, right?
Yeah.
I know that. As a Michael fan, I know about them far too well. But that's a whole different story.
Also, man, just real quick, like you said, I was the same way with Bobby Shmurda. I didn't really care for him. Like, that song was dope. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. After I heard about what he did for his boy and shit, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Now you got my fucking attention, bro.
Yeah.
Like, on that shit.
You stand 10 toes down and you didn't snitch.
Like, I rock with that shit.
Yeah,
y'all already know. You know what I mean? I get down and
like,
shit.
I just wish, I really do wish he got out the right time because the vaccine's out. And The vaccine's out and stuff's gonna probably start opening up probably by the summer.
Yeah.
It won't be too.
He got out at the right time because think about it. Think about had he came out at this time last year.
Oh, it'd been bad.
It'd been the worst time.
Yeah.
Worst time.
He would have been out, and then a month later, everything went to lockdown. Like that was the worst time to come. So
time.
no, it's perfect timing for him. And I know what you mean by you would hope he takes his time with a project, but at this point, to me, it's kind of like he's also in a game where he's playing catch up too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of
And
catch
plus,
up.
he planned it out already. He said, I think he posted on Instagram and shit. He's always, I'm going straight to the studio and shit. Yeah.
He has a lot of shit he has to talk about. Like, when did he go to jail?
Does.
Like, what year?
2014.
So he missed. To Pimp a Butterfly. He missed Views.
Like I said, he missed the start of the digital streaming era.
Digital streaming. I'm counting all the albums that he missed. Like, damn, Drake had a child. Fucking Daytona. Kanye lost his mind. He missed a whole fucking.
He did miss a lot.
Dude, he missed the whole Trump administration while he was in jail. That's wild to think about. He went in there with Obama.
That's kind of lucky.
I mean, I know, right?
6 years is a long time.
I know. He went to jail when Obama was in office, and he gets out of jail when Joe Biden's in office. Fuck it, you missed the whole Trump era. I guess.
Well, truth be told, that we don't know what he missed because we don't know.
Jail,
we don't know how that affected what was going on in the jail system.
They got TV.
Well, it's not even about the TV. We don't know what policies got passed that affected him in jail as a result. You know what I mean? So
True.
Yeah.
Unless you're in a coma, you really don't know what somebody missed out just because they weren't out freely roaming.
Yeah, I know. But you know, pretty much, like I said, he missed the entire Trump administration. So in a way, yeah, you're lucky on that. Shit. Yeah, there's like a bunch of, that happened. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a pandemic going on right now. Huh? Yeah.
I'm sure he knows, though.
I mean, he
you know
knows.
what I mean? Like,
yeah, he knows. But
It's probably the reason why he's out right now.
Yeah, most likely.
Because he was supposed to be out later in December.
Yeah, just like, I mean, Snitchy Stixy went out like early, but speaking of vaccines, y'all getting your appointments?
I already got mine in for tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm about to go probably sometime next week. How about you, Martine?
I mean, if you guys get fucking vaccines and shit, I'm good, right? Shit.
Yeah, my mom got her second shot today before we recorded, so I'm like, for sure. Well, yesterday was my mom's birthday. Round of
Happy
applause
birthday,
for her.
Mama.
Yup.
Happy birthday.
Yup.
My brother's birthday was this past Saturday.
Yup.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, my birthday's in like 10 months, so happy birthday soon.
Boo this man.
Fuck you. Fuck all y'all.
I was gonna say it too. You pressed at the fucking perfect time, dog. Good job.
Fuck all y'all. Y'all can boo me what you want. I don't give a fuck. But, okay,
That's
so,
hilarious.
Meek Mill. Bring your ass in.
Somebody did this.
So, we talked about you last week when that lyric came out. And, first off, the line is fucking trash. Yuck.
No, it really is. I saw a lot of people get mad.
Yeah, it really was.
He's like, wait. No.
I saw a lot of people get mad because of, and rightfully so, just the reference to Kobe was just, it was like,
The way
what?
the way he was trying to do the play on words. And,
Yeah, but the thing of it is was
exactly?
that it was what led up to that bar. Just it did not make any. There was no correlation. That's why it didn't make
what
any
I was
sense.
saying.
Yeah.
Like the context of that bar.
Yeah.
The bar itself, technically, it's insensitive, yes, but it's really not that bad of a single
I've heard
bar.
a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
I heard Eminem say after Sonny Bono died and Christopher Reeves paralyzed, he goes and says, "Skippy the bebop and Christopher Reeves. Sonny Bono skis horses and hitting some trees." Like, what the fuck, bro? Why would you say that? Because he's white, you can get away with it.
Yeah, but like I was saying, man, like the bar itself is really not bad, but in the context of it, like of the verse, meaning just the line before and the line after, like it's like, dude, why
would you mention that?
Just
if you're gonna go for an insensitive bar, you better make sure that bar is
fire.
Is a part of one of the bars that everybody's gonna remember, and it's a part of a verse that's gonna be in top 10 conversations of the year. Like, if you're gonna go that route, you need to make sure that it's something worth going that route
like,
for.
it's immaculate.
Exactly.
Definitely.
But that's the thing, like, yeah, you know, I don't trust a bad bitch. Like, it's like, wait, what? How we even get here? What are you talking about?
If I go, what did he say? If I'm gonna go down, then it might.
Well, not even that. Go to the bar before it, because that's really that's the correlation I'm talking about. It just didn't make any sense.
It really didn't. And then I go down like my chopper like Kobe. Like, I'll be another Kobe. What? like you're trying to do the whole double entendre with a chopper with a gun and then a helicopter.
And it was like, but when the helicopter went down, that wasn't in time of war. That was a tragedy.
Yeah, stupid.
Like, you're talking about going out guns blazing, and that's not what happened.
Like 50 said this once about Meek Mill. He said Meek Mill ain't that smart, and it's kind of looking like that because it's kind of looking like that. So of course you know that little soundbite got to Mrs. Bryant, Vanessa Bryant, and she ain't like that, not one bit. And she pretty much posted on Instagram, said, dear, I'm gonna paraphrase, dear at Meek Mill.
I can pull that up.
Dear at Meek Mill, I ain't like that shit. It's pretty disrespectful. And I think the other one that really kind of probably hurt his pride is when she said that, I never heard of your music. Like, I was like,
well, she didn't say that.
That's pretty much what she said. I never heard
of
it.
She said, dear Meek Mill, I find this line to be extremely insensitive and disrespectful, period. I am not familiar with any of your music, but I believe you can do better than this. If you are a fan, fine. There's a better way to show your admiration for my husband. This lacks respect and tact. I definitely believe she's heard Dreams and Nightmare, the intro.
At least once.
Because Kobe Bryant being from Philly and the Eagles using that as their entire run that year.
Yeah.
I guarantee she's heard it, but she likely just didn't know who it was from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably told him, and probably Kobe probably said that, yeah, he's locked up in jail for some bullshit, blah, 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 blah. You know, probably told her that, and she was like, oh, okay. And then goes about her business.
Yeah, but there is I saw a lot of people saying, haha, she doesn't know your music. And I'm like, well, that's not what she said. She's not familiar with his music.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with NBA Youngboy, but I know who he is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But if you ask me what songs he have, I can't name you a song. So she likely knows of Meek Mill. She just don't listen to his music like that outside of probably hearing a couple tracks here and there.
So,
right.
Soon as she said that shit, like literally 5 minutes after that shit got posted, it felt like 5 minutes. Meek Mill, Twitter fingers, the original Twitter finger, goes on Twitter and pretty much said, in a nutshell, fuck your feelings. That's pretty much what he said. And it was literally just timing on how he didn't at Vanessa Bryant, but he just pretty much said, fuck your feelings. And he doubled down a bit, and then he said some shit that he talked to her privately and he apologized, but I don't need to say that. The media making me out to be a bad guy and shit. Then he goes and retweets somebody that said, let me see exactly what he retweets somebody that said, oh, this is how you respond to a fucking widow after you disrespected their fucking husband. And I was just like, what are you? You can't read the room, can you? Whatever, bro. And that, I got nothing to say. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, it's just a bad pattern. Not paying attention. Not getting over yourself. That's basically what it comes down to. It's not getting outside of yourself, over yourself.
It's. I think what JC's trying to say is like how a lot of these rappers, and this is to be true. You know what I mean? They're stuck in a bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bunch of yes men.
Yeah. Well, aside from that, I'm just saying like they don't really keep it keep an eye open on the rest of the world. It's just they're so focused on what they got to do and shit.
Yeah,
you know
what they're
I mean?
doing and the money they're making and shit like that.
And that's probably what it was. Like, maybe he did, and I mentioned this earlier too. Maybe he didn't even see Vanessa's shit.
Right.
Maybe he was responding to something else. It was just like a thought in his mind and like, oh, let me type this up real quick.
Right. Like I at least give him the benefit of the doubt to not go that low in regards to a widow and who also lost her daughter in the same accident.
Part of me, I want to say that, but part of me doesn't put it past him. It's like a fucked up thought. Because he probably just saw that shit. He's like, man, fuck that bitch. And he's known to be subliminal. He never acts people. As long as I've seen him on Twitter, on social media, he never acts people. So I could see him saying this little subliminal shit.
He could. I'm not taking anything away. Yeah. I just give him a little credit. And I know this sounds wrong to say because, this is the unfortunate truth, which is some women like Vanessa Bryant, Lauren London, in some men's eyes, they only get the respect because they were the women of Kobe Bryant and Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is that even if that's the case, I would still give him the benefit of the doubt to say, you know what, that's Kobe Bryant's wife. Let me just not say anything.
But now
But even then, but to like what Martine had said, maybe he just didn't see it at that time, and he was going off mouthing about something else, and bad timing. Shit like that happens.
But then it didn't help the fact when he
it doesn't.
No, when he retweeted that what the person said about what he, it was just like, dude, what the fuck?
No, it definitely doesn't help. But what I'm saying is, I would give him the credence to at least recognize that she is the wife and the widow of Kobe Bryant before he says, "Oh, fuck this bitch, I'm just gonna do what I want." That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. Well, again, in the words of 50. He doesn't look that smart.
He had a spark when he got out of jail.
Like,
when he started,
he was on championships. You had Robert Kraft backing you. You had Hove backing you.
Yeah, and then it's been a random 18 months for Meek Mill. If you've been following,
it's
really been random.
Yeah,
first the whole 6ix9ine shit, when all he could have done was just keep walking. But no, you took your phone out too and recorded and argued with them.
What he should have did was just stay inside.
That
I'm talking about the restaurant or whatever the fuck they were at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he should have just waited till that motherfucker got up out of there, and then went to his car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's that serious,
I do have a question for you guys though, because when I saw the bar last week, we were just getting ready to record, like literally moments away from recording.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't have time to really process it, except just be like, "Why the fuck would you say that?"
Right.
And then next thing you know, we're hitting record. When I had time to think about it, again, I still think the bar is trash because of just how it's constructed.
Yeah.
But my question to you guys is, where do you guys draw the line on a moral compass for a bar that is insensitive in the same way as that? Because I gotta admit, when I actually had time to think about bars that I say those were great, or just in the context, like diss records, I've heard a hell of a lot worse in a diss record than I did with that.
Yeah.
So at what point do you draw the line and say, nah, this is just, it's over the top. I can't fuck with this.
When Lil Wayne said that shit about Emmett Till, I was like, dude, what? No, shut up, bro. Why did you say that? That one line you said about Emmett Till and shit like that.
But so that line about Emmett Till, do you draw the line at Emmett Till with everybody? Is what I'm asking. Because Kanye...
No, he said my face was fucked up as Emmett Till.
But again, that's what I'm saying is, to some people's ears...
Kanye did the same thing.
That would be disrespectful.
I get you.
Do you see what I'm saying? So what line do you draw where do you draw your line in the sand and say, no, this isn't acceptable? Because again, I had to catch myself. This was a week coming off of saying, yo, it's hilarious seeing these new generations listen to Hit 'Em Up.
Oh yeah.
You know something like? Yeah. I thought it was hilarious, but my fofo make sure all your kids don't grow. Like
honestly, I can't really answer that question because this is hip hop, and I've heard far worse from a lot of rappers. But it's just like what Meek did. It was just insensitive. It wasn't the right timing to say that shit now. Like, I remember everyone was just pissed off. Everyone was pissed off at Meek Mill. But then once I forgot what some rapper made some joke. A comedian made a joke about XXX after he died, and everyone was on that comedian's like fucking helmet saying, "Oh, you shouldn't disrespect XXX's death, and how dare you say that?" Blah 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 blah. But then when Meek Mill says this line, it's like, "Oh, he knew it to God. He knew, but it was just a bad line." Like, y'all giving him just like the what's the word for it? Like the benefit of a doubt that he didn't know better. And it's just like, it's like picking, it's pretty much like a popularity contest. People pick and choose what to get upset about.
All right, now I'm going to tell you my my answer to your question. Personally, there's nothing like that's off limits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, really, there's nothing that's off limits. But if it doesn't work, why the fuck even say it? You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm pointing at with this. You know what I mean? Like, when we heard it, we heard the line, and I was like, at first, I'll be honest with you, I was like, why would you fucking say that shit, right?
Right.
But then the more, like you said, the more you thought about it and shit, I was like, it's not so bad, I guess. I get what he was trying to say.
It was just a bad line.
It just didn't make sense in the context of it once I heard, like I said, the line before, the line after. Yeah. I was like,
and what makes it worse is this song was a leak. We didn't even hear the full song.
Right.
Yeah.
And like all Meek had to say, if he had a brain, was, first off, this song leaked. It's not meant to come out. This song was leaked. It did not mean to come out. If I offended Vanessa Bryant, I did not mean to. That wasn't my intention. I apologize if I offended you. That's all he had to say. But this is the illogical sense, and people don't make logical sense in this illogical world. So of course, Meek just did what he did.
Right, which goes down to what I was saying, which was the people just have a hard time just getting over themselves.
Yeah.
They always got to be. I've adopted a saying. I shouldn't say I've adopted, but it's one thing that I hear, and it's more geared towards women when in arguments. And it could go to men as well too. It's not gender exclusive, but I've really heard it more towards women, which is, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy?
Seriously, just let it go.
You see what I mean? Like, we could keep going, and you can be right, but at what cost are you going to be right?
I have the perfect example of that. Listening to last week's episode of Joe Budden's podcast, when Joe talked about how he didn't like how J. Cole was. What's it called? What was he doing? How he catered.
Well, he
to
just
the
didn't like.
kids?
He just didn't like how people marketed the college.
Yeah, he didn't market it.
That shit.
And then Rory kept telling him, like, because that's their fucking audience, and that's pretty much how they're supposed to do it. And they literally started arguing in circles. And like, Rory wouldn't let it go. And I remember I was listening to it, like, Rory, let it go. Let it go, Rory. Joe went. I was like, okay. And because if that was me, I would have been like, all right, you win. I'm like, okay, that's what you think, and then we would just move on to the next subject, because I don't like arguing with people. If we both know we both are set in our ways and set in our opinion, I'm not gonna change your mind at that point. We're just gonna talk in circles. It's a waste of breath. It's a waste of energy. Let's just move on. And that's like you said. Like, you want to be right. You want to be happy. I want to be happy. Like my mom always said, there's $100 fights and there's $10 fights. So you got to know what fight is worth it for $100.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
See, that what happened with them last week to me was pure entertainment. It was just funny, especially because what happened for the next hour afterwards.
Yeah.
It became the running joke that they both laughed at. So to me that was funny. But yeah, no, this more goes. It goes in line with that saying, because it's look, man. Just say, okay, it wasn't meant to come out, but it came out. Look, my bad. It's all. But when you try to double down, again, this goes back to what I was saying a while ago, which is when you don't take your initial L. The L becomes catastrophic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah.
If you can't take the L, the L will get bigger and bigger. It will dig a bigger grave for you. So
Yeah.
you have
The
to.
L. The L takes you.
You can take the L now. You can take the L now, or you're gonna have to spell out loss.
You hold it, lick it, hold it. That's what I always said
Right.
about the L. You gotta hold it.
You could just take the letter L,
Yeah.
but the more you double down, now you got to spell it out.
And then you got to spell it out again and again.
Yeah.
You gotta put the ER in it too. You gotta be a losser.
A losser.
Yeah. Not a looser, like most people still spell loss and loser with an extra O.
Yeah, I don't
Looser.
understand that
You gotta
shit.
be a losser.
You're a looser.
A losser.
You gotta be a losser.
Yeah.
Like, you know, honestly, and the fact that he kept that tweet up, like, he could have easily deleted that tweet when you knew it wasn't a good look, and it's still up there. I'm like, then I started thinking about it, and I was like, maybe Drake was onto something when he kept performing back to back over and over again. Because you stayed your ass off of Twitter. Maybe you need to stay your ass off of Twitter, because he just does not know when to shut the fuck up. Whatever the case, man. Do better, Meek. In the words of LeBron James. Is it be better or do better?
Be better tomorrow.
Be better tomorrow.
Yep.
Be better tomorrow.
He won't. He won't.
All hope is lost.
I hope I lost. Anyway.
I don't really want to get into this. It's just funny because I have a question that comes as a result.
Shit.
We all know what happened with Mr. Ted Cancun Cruz.
That motherfucker.
Again, we don't got to explain it because the whole world knows what happened with that.
Yep.
When he left for Mexico and then when he came back and then he put the blame on his daughters. To me, that was
with
just
a
like...
big ass suitcase.
Yeah.
He had a big ass suitcase.
Stupid.
To me, that was the funniest shit, but I was like, you know what? It's on brand. Because he allowed Trump to basically call his wife everything except a bitch to his face, and then he went and bowed down to him. So that's definitely on brand. He wouldn't blame little girls for that.
Yep.
My question has nothing to do with that. Has there ever been a moment in your guys' life where you had the option to face all the bullshit at work or school, and you were like, nope, not doing it, and you just ditched and walked away?
What do you mean ditched and walked
Like
away?
you took a day off and said, I'm not dealing with what's going on at work or school.
Yeah. Something I see what's
Yes.
going on. Everyone's doing that. You gotta be more. Yeah,
A few
everyone's
times.
Like, you thought, like, there be days when I know I'm gonna be pissed off. Like the next day, I know that's gonna be a day. Like I know I'm gonna have a long shift I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss something on TV. I'm gonna miss this. I'm gonna miss that. And I was like, well, let's see how my mood goes today, and I'm gonna decide if I'm gonna call in sick. And it could be just the littlest shit to piss me off, like the littlest shit. My boss says some slick shit to me. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really hope your boss don't listen, bro.
Now I asked that.
No, if you're listening to this, I never did that to y'all.
That was alleged.
It was alleged.
Now I asked that to do a follow-up question. To what extent would you go to make sure that you didn't have to deal with the bullshit?
What do you mean?
I have an example. When I used to be in school, and I would be like, I had like procrastinated enough to where I was like, shit, I didn't do the homework. I didn't study for a test. I would wake up early in the morning, and I would go in the cupboard and find the oldest chunk or the can of soup. And I used to go in the bathroom because it was right next to my mom's.
Oh, you're pretending to throw up?
So that way there was no questions asked. No bullshit.
Fucking do it.
I went to the furthest extent to make sure that nobody knew what I was doing. So when she heard it, it was like, oh, you're not going to school today. You're not going to school today. I was like, yeah, I know. I know. Martine, have you ever been in that situation where you had to go to just an extent where there was no crossing, nobody could ask you shit, this is what was going on?
Look, man, I'm going to just say it like this, all right? Me and my dad have the same name.
Uh-huh.
I learned how to have the same signature. You feel me?
There you go. See, I've done that. I tried to forge signatures. It didn't work. But I never went out the way to do that. But I think some days I just, like I said, I'll premeditate that I'm going to call in sick, or I premeditate that I'm not going to go to class or like go to school tomorrow. Like it'll be like, sometimes I was like, I have to have a reason not to go in. Yeah. And it could be like the littlest shit. Like I might come in, depending how my day goes, and a customer could just piss me off. And I'll just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it's all just a little settle.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you coming in tomorrow? I'm scheduled.
Yep. And that's what it says.
That's what it says.
Text me in 5 minutes and we'll both have the answer.
Text me in 5 minutes. We both gonna find out. I ain't gonna give out I'm not gonna snitch on myself.
Yeah, no, I was like, I haven't done it in years. The last time I did that was before I was with the Raiders. Because obviously in that arena, in that form of work, you call out once and it's like, oh, cool, well, you ain't getting this experience ever again.
Right.
So, yeah, it was never with that. I missed 2 days of work when I was with the Raiders, and one had to do with a car issue, and the other one had to do with me taking a final. And both of those were in my first year with them. So, like, the rest, I never missed work after that. But beforehand, you know, them Blockbuster days where...
Oh, shit.
That movie rack, it just looks... It looks like it screams violence.
And you're just like...
Yeah.
Not today.
Yeah,
that's right. And
I'm good.
What's another thing that kind of annoys me is some of my friends be like, yeah, like I was the only one at work because people called in sick and I stayed overtime. It's like, why did you stay overtime? Because if I left, like, I just feel bad about it. And I just look at them. It's like, that's not your problem no more.
Yeah, no.
When your shift is over... It's over. Your life at that job ends.
Yep.
This ain't your life no more. Go home. And you know, my cousin said that shit too. Like, I feel bad about it. Like, I just come in. Like, I didn't want to come in. Like, I didn't want to stay. Like, they made me stay. Like, no, they didn't make you stay. They asked you, and you said yes. And you're like, yeah. So why did you say yes? Well, I felt bad. Like, see, they try to do that guilt trip to me. At my previous jobs, they try to do that guilt trip. Like, oh, we don't have nobody if you go home early. That's not my problem.
Guess you shouldn't have turned away that applicant last week, huh?
That's not my problem.
Yeah.
You should know better than to ask me.
I mean, that's crazy, though, bro. Because, I mean, they tell me I can stay. I'm staying. Reason?
Money?
Yeah. Give me that.
But
give me
dealing
that
with the general public back then?
Yeah, no, there's
No!
Yeah, no, there's definitely days at work where I'm like, I know going in, like, you know what? If they need me to stay a little extra today, I'm cool with it. You know, like, usually the days, like, Lakers ain't playing, Or I have the day off tomorrow, so I'm like, if you need me to say it's not a big deal.
If you ain't got nothing like mentally planned, like if you don't got a female you gotta fuck with, or you don't got a date lined up, or you know what TV shows are coming on, then I'll be like, I'll stay.
Yeah, or even then, even when you have those plans, but it's like, she's late anyways, so it's not gonna matter. Or I can wait tomorrow and watch it on Hulu, whatever. It's not like that. But when I come in and I let it be known from there, like, yo, I got an appointment later, so I'll, And when I tell them I got an appointment, I usually tell them, like, yo, I gotta leave at this time. Usually it's like 3 hours before the appointment. Like, I'm gonna relax.
I thought your appointment was a Laker game. That's
sometimes I have appointments, and I'm like, but I'm not gonna tell you the appointment's in an hour. I'm gonna let you know it's at this time.
I'll just say,
sometimes I can relax, I can eat, I can chill.
The opening bars of Kanye's Spaceship speak to my soul.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Let it be known. Talk to him.
No, number one, not my previous my job now, but back then when there was some hoe ass managers, I've been working this slave ship and I ain't made shit. I hear that song every time I clock in.
I thought you were going to take
and I'm going there.
Yeah.
And then when my manager says some shit to me, I look at him. If my manager insults me again, I will be
allegedly.
If my manager insults me again, I will be assaulting him.
That was like out of all the bars in rap history, that was the most realist one.
Fam, I wasn't even working at that time when that bar came out, and I was like, I know.
Not Pac's Revenge, not Pac's the opening lines of Hail Mary, not the opening lines of Hit 'Em Up. It was that bar.
Yeah.
That was the most realist bar.
Yeah, because not everybody has experience fucking another man's bitch, but we definitely got experience where a manager just overstepped bounds.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, we can take this outside if you want.
For
like,
sure.
fuck this bad shit.
100%.
I remember one time I told my manager to suck my dick. And then he said, because he was trying to be a smartass to me. And I was like, man, suck my dick. And he kind of heard it. And he's like, what'd you say? Oh, I got to get up there real quick. And get to moving. He's a bitch. Fuck him. He ended up having a stroke, too. Okay, that's fucked up.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I gotta
see why you gotta take it there, man.
Fuck, man. I'll take that. He didn't have a stroke. He passed out. He passed out, but he did fuck shit. Let me take that back. No, I'm not taking it back. Because he is a fuck boy. He's a fuck. Okay, I'll take that. He was a fuck
You don't know what you want to do.
Sound like Arnold. Nah, I'll take that back. Nah, I can't be that malicious, but he was a fuckboy, and that's all I get to say about that.
I'm trying to think if I had any bad managers. I've been blessed in my work experience not to have a really bad manager. Mm-hmm. Now, shift leads are different.
No, shift leads think they're the leader.
Yeah.
They think they have control over you.
Shift
you be like
leads are
Bane.
different.
Like you think that because you got this badge, you have control over
you. Do you feel in control?
You think since you have this override key, you feel you're in control of me?
Yeah.
You think since you can put me on my brake, you have control of me?
See, that's the one thing.
Fuck?
That's the one thing I'll say
Wrong,
about
motherfucker.
My break is now.
Yeah.
I always tell them because the old break is 10 minutes as soon as you walk out. Oh no! My break begins when I sit my ass down in the break room. Then it starts.
Oh, you're good. That's not even when my break starts. My break starts when I pick up my food and I start eating.
No, when I start opening the wrapper on the Reese's Pieces and it goes in my mouth, that's when my break
that's when I clock out. That's when I take the break. No, the whole preparing stage, no, I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
I'm on the clock for that. When I actually start eating, that's when I'm on break. No. You want me to prep to start my shift? Well, I need to prep to eat.
Oh my god!
And I'm on the clock for that.
Then I'll clock back in on my lunch. I don't have my uniform on, but that's the whole process. You're paying me. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, no. The dope thing about
allegedly.
The dope thing about working at Blockbuster was when I say everybody was cool, like manager, shift leads, we were all we were cool, so there was no issue. Mm-hmm. Nobody got a power trip or anything like that.
Right.
So when it came time for me to get promoted up to shift lead and go to a different location, I took that mentality. But not everybody at that different location had that mentality. So even when it wasn't even a shift lead an employee, shift lead to shift lead, it was like, hold up now, player.
Yeah.
You're not finna talk to me no different way. We on the same level. I don't give a damn if you've been at this store for 7 years. I've been here for a couple months. That should tell you something as to why they brought my ass over here from the location that I was at.
You have to do your motherfucking job.
Yeah, we are equals. You're not gonna talk to me, and then you're not just gonna talk to me after you closed last night and left all the shit for me to clean up that we all know you were supposed to take care of.
Or you have those fucking employees that think they're the manager and try to bark orders at you. Oh, they're the best.
I hate that shit.
Oh, they're the best.
Yeah.
Because I told a lot of them to shut the fuck up.
I hate that.
I'll just look at them, and they know better than to look at them.
Well, yeah, those are the ones that feel bad when they get pressured into going into work.
Or they're the ones that
staying
snitch.
overtime.
Or they're the ones that snitch. They're the ones that they're the first to snitch.
Easy.
This feels like an episode of Clerks. We're reminiscing about our 9 to 5s. Like shit. It's a good movie. Y'all like Clerks?
Hell yeah.
I like Clerks.
Clerks 2 is wild as fuck, but I still
the best one.
Clerks 2, I like Clerks. It's just wild. It's a lot of things that's just like
that movie speaks to my soul. Clerks 2, in a way, it kind of does. I like the first one, but the second one,
I need to prepare to watch the second one.
Why?
I like the second one, but
so much going on in
there's just a lot, and everybody thinks I key point into one of the final scenes. Yeah, it's kind of that, but it's some other stuff leading up to it too, where I can't say it if people haven't seen it.
Man, that movie's like 10 years old.
I was like,
but it's like a decade old. You can say it. Spoiler.
For people who eventually want to see
Kevin
it,
Smith.
Go watch it. You can DM me, and we'll have a discussion about that. When we get off air, I'll talk about it with you guys.
For sure.
Yeah, now there's just a couple parts where I'm just like, kind of wish I had a warning.
Porch monkey.
That's one of them.
I did not know that was a racial slur until I saw that movie.
What?
I knew.
I know. I was young when I saw it, so I was like, porch man. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, wow. Y'all just white people come up with a lot of shit.
Yeah, man.
Well, there was something else too that got said, and I was like, wish I had warning. But it's all right.
Or how they said about the whole Lord of the Rings shit, like when they compared it to Star
Wars.
No,
I was cool with that.
I'm just going because that was hilarious.
No, I was cool with that.
It was walking.
That's all it was. Even the fucking trees walked.
Yeah.
That was the truth.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah. What do you think was better, Lord of the Rings or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Are you fucking serious right now?
Well, I'm just asking.
I mean, one has they're spinning off having different movies and shows.
Lord of the Rings is doing
70s.
that too. Lord of the Rings is doing that
since
too.
The 70s.
So was Lord of the Rings. That was been over since the 70s.
No, the movie came out in the 2000s.
No, they did animated movies and shit. Like the whole franchise of Lord of the Rings. They did movies of Lord of the Rings.
Well, I never heard of it.
Yeah, well, that goes to explain.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I never heard of it. I never knew.
You just answered your own question.
No, I'm just saying which ones do y'all enjoy. Like, okay, if you take out the bullshit sequel trilogy and you take out the bullshit Hobbit shit.
Oh, if you're just talking about the fucking, like, the main trilogies of each one?
Yeah. Oh, well, you put it that way, Star Wars.
Okay, Star Wars.
Okay.
From the 70s, dog. Like, seriously.
I'm just asking, because I like Lord of the Rings, so.
I mean,
I love Star Wars. I'm picking Star Wars. So I'm just asking what y'all think.
It's not bad.
It's too fucking long.
Yeah.
It's getting to the point, I see it on HBO Max, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch it. And then I look at the hours, and I'm like, okay, 3 hours for Fellowship. Nah. And then I see 3 hours for fucking Two Towers. Nah. Then I get to Return of the King. 3 hours and 35 minutes.
I'll put it to you like this.
Nah.
I'll put it to you like this, and it's graphic, but fuck it. We here.
Shit. Here we go.
When they announced that Hayden Christensen was going to reprise the role of Darth Vader in Obi-Wan, the upcoming TV series, that feeling was probably the closest feeling I've had to some of the best sex I've ever had in my life.
Really?
Never had that with anything remotely close to anything related to Lord of the Rings.
You got that excited that Hayden Christensen.
It was orgasmic, yes. Not
power!
Yes. Because it was like, oh my God, they're coming! Yes! They're coming back!
No pun intended.
They're coming back! I ain't never experienced anything close to that with Lord of the Rings ever in my life.
Yeah, because the movie's that's like a one and done type. Because I remember Erica told me he watched the entire trilogy. When I say the entire trilogy, I'm talking because he has the extended cuts. Which? Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
and
might as well watch a season of The Wire all day.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, can you even tell the difference between the original version and the extended version? And he was like, I don't know, guy. They all blend in together.
Now, I will say this. In terms of production, I highly enjoyed the production of Lord of the Rings. Meaning, I like taking a cast for 3 to 6 months, and if you're gonna do a trilogy, just film all the shit at once.
All at the same.
I like that idea.
And they release it like yearly.
Yeah, so that way you're not waiting 2-3 years in between.
And if you want to do reshoots, go back there and do it. That's why I love Return of the King. Just off that final battle alone, that final battle was fucking just like it was a lot.
Like with the orcs, you mean?
Like the big final battle they had. I remember it got to the point, it was so nuts. I watched it in the theater, like so much crazy shit happened. Then it just cuts to Frodo and Sam just walking. I looked at my mom, I was like, I forgot about them niggas.
Yeah.
Seriously. Forgot about them niggas. But yeah, man, Clerks 2. Yeah, how we get here? Like, yeah, Clerks. Work.
It went from work to Clerks to Star Wars
to Lord of the Rings.
With a little wire mention.
With a little wild mention.
little crack on top.
Little crack in the
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man. Yeah, but fuck Ted Cruz for that. Shout out to Texas. I gotta spin it right back to Ted Cruz. Yeah, fuck Ted Cruz.
Yeah, because when this shit happens, I was like, I'm not going to talk about this because we all know how it goes. But this shit is actually pretty funny when I think about it.
I mean, the fact that he went on the plane and he didn't wear no disguise. He just wore a mask. He didn't wear no hoodie, no sunglasses.
The fact he went on a public, not even a private jet. Like, you didn't have the decency to steal the people's money and get a private jet.
Nah.
You actually thought this was going to work to just fly commercial.
And sat there.
Yeah.
And then you said after the fact, yeah, I'm not sitting there like I knew it was a bad idea. And then when you walked into Cancun with your luggage, with a police escort, you thought you could get away with that shit. Like, did you think no one was going to notice your ass? Anyway, my music writing exercise is still going. Yeah, fuck that nigga.
Flip the switch.
Yeah. So I'm still going. I didn't listen to no album today. I'll probably do when I get home. So day 18, for the first time, I listened to Crazy Sexy Cool for the first time in its entirety. I enjoyed that.
What kind of shit
Hey,
is
man,
that?
I'll listen to the singles. Only listen to the singles.
I don't got no issue with that one.
I only listen
You don't
to
listen
the
to
singles.
R&B, so...
But I grew up on that. Like, legit. My cousins played that shit for me, like, long.
I only listened
when it first came out.
I only listened to the singles and the shit that was on the radio. I never listened to like the album like sequence wise and shit like that.
Do you even know what LaFace Records is?
Yes, motherfuckers.
Because it seems like you're targeting... You have something against LaFace Records. Like, first it was Aquemini, now it's Crazy Sexy Cool. Like, you know they're on the same label, right?
Like I said, it was like I said, it was a great album. It certified why TLC was TLC. It's a great album. I enjoyed listening to it. Day 19, I switched it up a bit. Wasn't R&B, wasn't rap, wasn't pop. It was rock. Metal, actually. Listened to Metallica. The Black Album.
Hell yeah!
It was like the original Black Album, no Hove.
That's one of the few
Bay Area
metal.
brand,
That's one of
too.
the few metal albums where I have no problem pressing play on that motherfucker and letting it run.
That shit,
Every
man.
time you hear
Enter
Sandman, baby.
Yep.
Boy, it doesn't
My
matter
God.
who you are. If you're black, white, Asian, if you're a gangster, if you're gay, if you're everything, transgender, if you are anything, you will say,
If you have a soul,
yes.
if you have a soul, Enter
Yes.
Sandman
You will
is
feel
an
that
anthem.
shit.
Yes.
And they're from the Bay Area.
Yes.
Well, they formed in L.A., but the Bay Area fucking claims them.
Yeah. Nah, I fuck with Metallica.
You
man.
feel that shit. I enjoyed the album. I really did. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. I might go back and re-listen to them. Day 20, Hiatus Coyote. How do you say their name?
Hiatus Coyote?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you listen to Hiatus Coyote?
Yeah.
Nice.
Choose Your Weapon.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually played their record years ago when the podcast first, because remember when Drake fucking sampled them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they sampled like the intro. But if I can sum it up, it's psychedelic neo soul music. That's what it was. I don't know how it's possible, and I think I was off an edible, and that shit was fire.
Well, you know, he's not the only one. They've been sampled
They're
ever
few.
since that damn album dropped.
Yeah.
They've been sampled nonstop, and particularly by Ninth Wonder. So, Molasses, that's at the end of Anderson .Paak's Without You, the one with Rhapsody.
Yeah.
That little sample at the end, and then it just stops abruptly. That was on Malibu.
Oh, wow.
Atari's on Duckworth. It's one of the beats that transitions
Wow, really?
on Duckworth. Yeah, it's the third one.
The third?
It's the third. It's that
yes,
one. That,
it is.
That little
Yeah.
breakdown. Yeah, Ninth Wonder fucks with them a lot.
Wow. Yeah, they haven't dropped an album. They dropped an EP like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like a Christmas EP.
Yeah, Building Ladder, of course, Free Smoke.
Yeah.
Fingerprints, Black Bonnie, Wale.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to really know this unless you listen to him, but again, Ninth Wonder Jamla. Shaolin Monk, Motherfunk. That got sampled in Ruben Vincent's "In for the Kill."
You got the whole list right there. Were you prepared for that? Mm-hmm. Wow, you smart.
Because I got excited. I was like, "Oh shit, he listens to it. Cool." Like, yeah. But do you know how significant that project is?
Yeah,
because it's funneled a lot of hip hop. Yeah. And just a strong, because that album came out in 2015. I found out about it because of the Anderson .Paak joint.
Yeah, I remember the intro because Drake used that. I don't know. Drake used that song, the last song on the album, and like it was great. It's a great song, but why did he use that intro for Free Smoke? And then there was no other parts of that song.
Because the emphasis of the feelings was what he was saying.
Oh, I guess.
It worked. Well, the emphasis on you're in your feelings.
That type of shit happened though too.
Like, the emphasis on feelings. Free smoke.
Okay. He could have done it better, but whatever. So they had
I don't think so, because I caught it right off jump what it was, and I was like, that was intelligent. Because to me, sampling doesn't mean you have to directly go with what's being sampled. You can incorporate it into what you're doing. So just the idea of feelings. Well, usually people want Free Smoke when they're in their feelings.
True.
So it all comes together.
Okay.
This is true.
Day 21, I took your advice. I listened to Polo G, the GOAT. I was really impressed with his track on, Judas and the Black Messiah, so I gave it a shot. It was good. It was cool. It was like retrospective. It was retrospective. It was kind of emo.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Nah, it's definitely emo music for sure, but it's like hood emo music.
It's
along lines of Mozzie and shit.
Yeah. Day 22. I listened to the Jackson it wasn't Jackson 5, just the Jackson self-titled album, though. The first post Motown album.
The one with Randy?
I guess, yeah. I mean, they all...
Wait, were they all the Jacksons after when Michael was with them? Or?
Yeah, it was just it was literally their first one after they left Motown.
Okay, gotcha.
When Jermaine still stayed over there. But it was cool. I liked it, because you could tell they're experimenting with new sounds and new producers, and you could tell that the group was happy to be free from Motown, to be more creative. But the lead singer, he wanted just a little bit more. Just a tad. You could tell on his vocals, he wanted more, and he felt like he was being, held captive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Day 23, Missy Elliott, Super Duper Fly. As much as I love Missy Elliott, I never listened to her album all the way through.
What kind of shit is that?
I know, I'm sorry. But that was a timeless album. You can release that album right now, and it will probably chart very high on end of the year list.
So this is what confuses me about your ear.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's not the fact that you're listening to these albums this late in
my life.
You're listening to these projects this late in life after you've crowned the fucking artists for being kings and queens of their eras at certain peaks and times.
I listened to all her other albums.
How do you not listen to her debut album?
Because I like the other songs on there. Like, what's it called? About Under Construction. I love Under Construction. I love This Is Not a Test. I didn't listen to the, what's it called? So Addictive. Should listen to that
But
one.
you do understand that you're listening like how we describe people that play random on albums as devil worshippers. In essence, you're another form of that, because you're listening to their catalogs without going to their debut. Where the origin, like where it started.
Yeah, the origins.
I'm looking at some of these music writing exercises, and some of these motherfuckers never listened to Thriller in their whole life. And one motherfucker had the nerve to say it was a weak album. And I had to stop myself from reacting. Like, all right.
But, I mean, I'm not going to say that it is.
Watch your tone.
First of all, don't tell me what to do, motherfucker. Don't get that fucked up. Anyways, I'm not gonna fucking, tell him like, oh, you're wrong and shit. Like, maybe that's just how he feels.
Yeah. I'm thinking about what Prince album I should go to. I don't know what else is on there, because I was looking for The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, and it's not on Apple Music or Tidal. Like, some of his albums are not on, like, streaming services.
Yeah.
So is the No Symbol album on streaming services or not?
I think it is.
Yeah, because I don't want to go back to Prince, but after Sign of the Times, it's looking like
Well, my mom gave you the rest of the albums to go look back and listen to.
I know, Come. That was next, right? And it's exactly what I think it's about.
Oh, yeah. No, you tried to overcomplicate Jack You Off. When, like, this is, I mean, it's not spelled that way, but you get the idea of what's going to happen.
I mean, I looked at the cover. I was like, okay, he's in spandex, and
it's a dark cover. It's not like,
yeah, I watch wrestling, but he's literally in his...
It's not like one of them other joints where he was naked on there. Like, it's not that, but, you get the idea.
It's like damn near like another version of Trey
also,
Songz
again, Emancipation. That was the triple album.
How many tracks?
Like
each disc?
I gotta go back.
Mentally prepare myself.
I gotta go back and look. But he did that before Chris Brown did it. I don't know.
Because Prince has so much music. That's the thing. He has so much albums because he was like Rihanna, dropping every fucking year. So it was like, damn.
Well, I actually had a few recommendations that weren't Prince. Are you familiar with Pleasure P? Like, in terms of, did you listen to his debut album? Mm-mm. I would say at some point, listen to the introduction of Marcus Cooper.
Okay.
You may feel different about it, but to me, when that album came back, I went back to visit in the South and, you know, just the experience with there. At the very least, that's a Southern classic.
Okay.
Another one, let's see, because I'm trying to go more into like stuff that you would have missed right when we got out of high school, and the college time. Did you listen to Bobby Valentino's Special Occasion?
I think I listened to it once. I didn't really.
That's one I highly recommend.
I listened to it once, but you know, it has to be albums I never listened to before.
Yeah. Like if you go back and look at it, and you're like, oh, this wasn't the one I listened to, then I would recommend that. If it is, then so be it.
Think about going to some Bay Area joints. I need to give I gave Metallica some love. So I need to give someone else some love.
Did you ever listen to
I was like,
the Team World Premiere?
The Team World Premiere? No.
Oh my. Mandatory.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
Yeah.
That's the one Bay Area album outside of E40
have you ever listened to anything by Mac Dre? Like literally.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking around.
Yeah, I have. I never really cared for the albums, to be honest.
Okay.
I like the singles.
All right.
His albums
I got no
really
issue with that.
Yeah, his albums never really did it for me.
Outside of E40 and Too Short, when the Team dropped World Premiere, that was one of those albums where you're like, this is a Bay Area album?
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those where it was like, it had hyphy, but it just sounded
Fresh
like,
and crisp.
sounded like it could go number 4 on Billboard.
Like if it dropped now, it probably would top Billboard.
I mean...
Well, not now, but you know.
Some of the music is dated.
At the time, though.
At the time.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember, when our ears were accustomed to hyphy at that time, again, it had all those elements, but it sounded crisp. Like, it really sounded like it hit.
Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Okay. You had to have, bro, because if you didn't, bro, I would have fought you right now. Yeah.
I know. You're the fighting guy.
Yes, exactly.
I thought you would have showed me like tear gas and shit. Of course I heard tear gas.
Tear gas. Everybody's fucking.
Everyone's heard of Son of a Everyone had to have heard Mr. Fab's Son of a Pimp. I know that because shout out to JD. He used to play the fuck out that fucking album in his scraper. I would never forget that. Him, Jacka, fucking who else? Like, hey, day my birthday. Who that nigga? Hey, day my birthday. Like, hey, day my birthday. Oh, I see his face. Whatever.
Jay Stallion.
Jay Stallion. There you go.
Yeah.
Him. All them niggas. Yeah, I heard them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pleasure P, the introduction to Marcus Cooper.
Okay.
And then the Team World Premiere.
Okay.
Those would definitely be two.
You got any other recommendations?
I'll think about it.
You gave me Polo G. Like I was like, oh, okay, you should be in my DMs. I nominate Polo G. I'm like, okay, shit.
Did you listen to T-Pain? Not rapper turned singer. The second joint.
The circus shit.
Three-ring circuit. Oh.
No, that's the third one.
I don't know.
The second one, the one that had bartender on it. I'm drawing a blank. I don't know why. Because
I know what you're talking about. I listened to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I bring that up is because The Athletic dropped this 30 best albums list of rap and R&B since 1991. I'm not mad at it.
But
I just don't put a lot of credence to this.
Who's number one?
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Okay. Well, that's all that matters.
But I don't agree with that.
Okay.
No, I don't agree with it.
I had no issue.
So it's like for rap and R&B.
Yeah, I don't agree with it because they got Doggy Style at 8, and I will.
And who's at number 7?
Reasonable Doubt. But this is where it gets. This is where the shit's like because okay, so this is why.
How the hell you have Reasonable Doubt when he sampled Doggy Style?
So this is why I have issues with it. First of all Eyes on Me is number 12, and it's not eyes with a Z. They spelled it with an S.
Who's
so right off the back, I'm clearing things for you, so that way you understand just why I don't give precedence to this list.
This is their opinion.
Again, it's fine, but I'm not gonna get mad to it. I'm not gonna get mad about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I'm not whatever. The Carter 3 was number 20, and there's no other Carters before it on this.
How can they not have Carter 2 on that bitch?
Seriously.
At least Carter 2.
This is where 2 and 3 is where my real issues lie.
Who's that?
Because this to me is like this just screams hipster, and it's like this isn't like, who did you get to rank this?
Who's number 3?
Number 3 is Illmatic. Okay. And number 2 is The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So it just I have to question lists like this because it's
I mean,
that don't even make sense, dog.
So,
like,
what's the list called? What's the list called again?
The top 30 hip hop and R&B albums since '91.
So why the hell Illmatic needs to be number at? Why is Miseducation? I don't understand why Miseducation's that high.
I don't.
I have a really hot take. Like it's scorching hot.
All right.
Not because of what I'm initially saying.
What are you gonna say about Rita? If you see Sister Act 2, people, you get it.
Not what I'm initially saying, but my follow-up.
The Miseducation of Rita.
Lauryn Hill has a classic album.
Period.
There's no disputing that album. Mm-hmm. Lauryn Hill, to me, is not a legendary artist. She's an artist that has a legendary album.
What's the difference?
In my eyes, she has a career that is actually a lot more comparable to that of Pleasure P. And the reason why I say that is I'm not talking about accolades. I'm talking about the fact of an artist that first got on with 2 albums with a group, then released a fire-ass solo debut, and then really didn't have much to show for their careers after the fact.
Besides Wyclef.
No, I'm talking about just about Lauryn Hill. I'm comparing Lauryn Hill and Pleasure P.
Oh, okay.
They had 2 dope albums. So her with the Fugees, him with Pretty Ricky. Mm-hmm. Then they got out and did their solo joints. Hers, of course, has all the accolades. Both are classics in my eyes. But after that, they have nothing to show for it, really, after their careers from that point on.
I mean, she lives off that damn album.
I mean, that's fine.
Only album.
Yeah. And that's fine. That's a legendary project, but it doesn't make her a legendary artist. For me, you need to have consistency.
So what about Andre 3000?
Andre 3000?
Andre 3000.
Well, I don't consider him anything as far as solo goes because he doesn't have a solo rap album.
That was a trick question. Good, you answered right.
You know where I stand on that. I get in arguments about that all the time.
I know we've talked about that plenty of times.
I've come on this podcast and I said
I had to make sure.
Big Boy is the one.
I had to make sure.
Oh.
Go on.
Yeah, no, a lot of people have an issue with that, and I'm like, what's the problem? Because there's nothing you can say that can dispute what I'm saying. Yeah, and what other people are saying.
What about her Unplugged album?
Yeah, it's based off of the fucking album that came out before it.
But she didn't. It was original content though on that. She didn't perform no songs from Miseducation. It was all new songs.
Okay, even if you want to go with that,
played that Lauryn Hill album. She had no beats. Word to 50.
Yeah, even if you want to go with that route, what happened after that?
She disappeared.
She started showing up late to her shows.
Still to this day.
Yeah, that.
And didn't have any music to show for it as a reason to why.
You know what I think people get confused with, right, is being a legendary artist and having legendary status.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And Lauryn definitely has that legendary status.
Exactly.
Because of the album.
Right. The album, the accolades, the Grammys.
Yeah, as an artist, though.
Yeah, she's not a legendary artist to me.
Nah.
She's great.
It was like...
She has all the elements of a legendary artist. I will say this. She had all of the elements of a legendary artist. But her work ethic, and there was just no consistency.
And I don't want to sound disrespectful because...
Be disrespectful. Choose violence.
Nah, bro.
Choose violence.
With all due respect and shit, she was legit a flash in the pan. You know what I mean?
So Bo Jackson?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You had 5 seasons, and after that, there was nothing.
You only had 5 seasons? I thought it was like 2.
Bo Jackson? Yeah, he played like 4 or 5 years or something like that.
I thought it was like 2 or 3.
Because he played in the 80s into the 90s.
He
got hurt in the 90s.
Yeah.
Same shit.
I mean, I can't argue with that because Lauryn Hill only has just one album. That is a Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. But sometimes, isn't one album enough? One album and then done?
No.
Like if it's one classic album and then you live off that album for the rest of your career.
No, and I'll explain. I'll explain why.
Cardi B.
Nah, but she got singles though too.
Okay, you mean okay?
Like
okay, how about
she's
this?
getting ready, and she's getting ready to put out another album.
Okay, let me say this though. How about you just drop one album and then just singles and features and that's it?
I mean, that could work.
Like you could just live off singles and your first album and that's
But see, if that's the case,
Lauryn Hill only had like one other song after Miseducation.
No, she just had features after that.
Nah, I think she had one song that was on a soundtrack.
I mean, she had those, but I'm not gonna count soundtrack joints.
It was too good to be true. It was
saying,
that was on
the
Slim and Queen. The Queen and
She had
Slim
that, but then she also had the one with Bob Marley.
The second one then.
Turn Your Lights Down Low.
Oh
yeah, Turn Your Lights Down Low.
On the remix album. Yeah.
Well, if you want to go down that lane, then it opens up a can of worms, because then people are like, okay, so then what about Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac?
One hit wonder.
But do you tell me that's because then you start going into different, like, well, that's just not just a one hit wonder. That's like you go everywhere. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I look at consistency matters to me.
Oh, of course.
Like, I can't rank anybody as a number a one without. I know a lot of people where their number ones change every single year because they don't value consistency.
Yeah, that's annoying to me.
It's just they live in the moment, and it's like, fam, I'm not gonna overturn somebody. Like, if you want me to do a ranking just based off the year, cool. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna. Case in point, when people try to, they try to take away from Jay-Z and all he's done. It's like, oh well, he's better because he's doing this now. Like, what's Jay-Z done? He's only dropped one album in 3 years. Yeah, because in his prime, he was dropping them every single year.
Every fucking year.
Seriously. And he did it for 8 years straight.
10 summers straight.
Like, he's not in his prime anymore. We don't need that. We don't need that quantity anymore.
51 years old. He put the work in already. Yeah, he doesn't have to do shit. Yeah. He really doesn't have to do shit now, especially with his new business venture.
That's what people catching on to now and shit. You know what I mean? Like, or over the last couple years and shit. Yeah. But for people like us who've been listening to Jay, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, we know what he's done and shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was talking about.
But would you rather have that
Thriller album?
I know, but would you rather have a one classic album and then a whole bunch of just singles and features and maybe Lucy's here and there? Would you rather do that? That could be consistency.
Honestly, I would rather be more along the lines of Currency.
Yeah.
Like, even if I don't ever reach like the fucking ultimate, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That top main stage and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But my career is spanning over fucking now it's
3 decades.
3 decades?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I was even thinking just 2, but I forget. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
3 decades.
So it sounds good in theory, but you know my mind. I always think of other elements that come with it. One classic album from many years ago, you're just opening up the argument of, okay, was that really you? Mm-hmm. Or was that the producers?
Yeah.
Was that the label that had you assigned? Because what evidence do you have to prove otherwise? You don't have it. Mm-hmm. Now, for some people, they may not care, and that's cool. But I always envision myself as the type of person in terms of art. Art, to me, you as an artist, you should care.
Yeah.
Because that's your legacy. Mm-hmm. So when you only produce one form of art, and as great as it is, it can be left up for question years later. Well, to me, that's what you got to evaluate. What did you get into this game for in terms of artistry? Now, if she got into the game to just do one album, that was the goal.
Mm-hmm. You mean Cardi or Lauryn?
No, Lauryn.
Okay.
If that was their goal, cool. Yeah. But even if that was her goal, it still doesn't make her a legendary artist in my eyes.
Damn.
She just came in. She is legendary for me, not because of an artist, but in terms of her execution as a businesswoman. She set out for one goal, make one classic project, and she did it. That's more in line with business than it is artistry.
And then blame the label for why she couldn't make a second album, or sophomore album.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the thing of it is that we're in a different age where she could have dropped multiple albums since the DSP started if she wanted to. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I really hope that doesn't happen with her. If you know what I mean.
Well, we have yet to get a debut.
Yeah, seriously.
Her only debut was the mixtapes. And then those EPs that combine into albums.
You can't call that a fucking album to me.
I mean, to the fucking people, those are albums now.
No, to the Grammys, it was a fucking album.
Like fucking Lil Nas X, still, that shit.
Nah, man, that's just not a fucking... That is not an album. When you put 2 fucking projects together like that...
That's why I was kind of mad when they nominated her like that. I was like, really? I guess.
Yeah, and she's still not down with that.
And she's still getting all these looks. I mean, shout out to her, but it's like, okay, when's the album coming? Because you dropped a whole bunch of EPs, combined EPs, and some singles and features, and some looks on soundtracks, and that's it.
Oh, this is gonna make you laugh.
Uh-oh.
There's no mention of Eminem on this list.
Okay.
I still don't understand that agenda.
That,
I really don't understand that
why
agenda.
do people hate Marshall?
This is coming from somebody that's been critical of him the past decade.
Right.
But
you can't erase what happened when he started with his first 3 albums.
To 2000, I'll say 3. From the Slim Shady to the Eminem
his first
show.
3 solo albums, then the soundtrack.
Yeah, like how
you can't dispute those.
So why do it's like it's on the internet. People just don't like Eminem now. Yeah, so, they hate him.
Which is another reason why I didn't take this serious, because okay,
so
there's no mention of Eminem. There's no mention of DMX.
That's hipsters.
And Get Rich or Die Trying is number 14. Anti in comparison, Anti is number 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anti.
You feel my voice get high, and then I stop myself. I was like, because that's how you see. Because when I'm on Twitter, I see the people that I guess are the new quote unquote gatekeepers, and you could tell they were the ones in high school that never got bitches, or not got bitches, but you could tell they were the nerds and they're like the hipsters, and they didn't really like the music that came out. They're a bunch of Drakes. So when
I wouldn't even say that.
Huh?
I wouldn't even say that.
Not Drakes, but Drake fans. That's who.
I would say Drake fans, because even if you wanted, to me, Drake was listening to everything. Yeah. And so it's not even Drake's. Like, nah, these were. I don't even consider Drake a hipster. He liked hip hop, so he liked everything from mainstream to underground.
Yeah. Right.
These guys they just have. I don't know what it is, because
like they could diss Eminem but champion someone like Playboy Cardi.
Oh,
what they have? Shit. What they got lit on here?
No. The Chronic number 4.
Okay.
No 2001.
Fucking what?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Silence in there. Like, how could you rate the first Chronic and then not mention 2001?
I know.
That doesn't make no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it just
you could tell hipsters did that shit, and you could tell they were young. And that's when you gotta look at their avatars to see what they look like. If they're white boys, or you can see.
Well, I don't think this is a white guy, because this was done by one. The article was done. Again, this is for The Athletic. Khalid Salam.
Khalid Salam.
Yeah, is the one who created this list.
He's white.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's probably a hipster ass black dude that never went out, and probably has bias. And it's just like he's not looking at. It's his opinion. Why am I getting mad? It's his stupid ass opinion.
Yeah, no. Again, there's no reason. There's no reason to get mad at the opinion. Yeah. He's entitled to his opinion.
It's just a stupid opinion.
Yeah. It's just
like, at the end of the day, it's just like it's your opinion, but it's stupid.
Yeah, especially because there's no. If I read this correctly, I didn't even see what the basis was.
It's his opinion.
Like the criteria you mean?
Yeah, like
I'm curious because this is
to me this falls in line with what you're saying in terms of best versus favorite. If this list was the favorite 30, then there's nothing like this is your favorite, whatever.
You can't say shit.
When you say the best,
it's
that's when I'm like
it's not just your opinion. This is a fact.
Well, what are you basing it off of? Because
it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Overall, yeah. Like, from what you said, like, the shit that you've listed, I'm just like, wait, how? What?
Yeah.
Like,
and again, I love To Pimp a Butterfly. I call it the album of my generation.
Mm. But is it the album of the 90s?
I'm never gonna put it ahead of Doggy Style. I just won't. Doggy Style to me is the greatest hip hop album, period.
I got no issue with that.
Like,
I'll say Omatic, but I can understand why you say Doggy Style.
Like, Doggy Style was the great. It had every element that you needed. Every single song was not just about rap. It was a song.
And he had Doggy Style at number 2, right?
No, Doggy Style was 8.
See? See?
I guess.
Yeah, that's a long drop from number 1 to number 8.
Like, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That shit don't make sense.
Yeah, no.
I mean, like,
Doggy Style is again, it's what I perceive not only to be my favorite hip hop, it's the best hip hop album ever created. Just when you factor in everything about that project. Dr. Dre on the boards from top to bottom. Snoop, but then it further opened the doors for everybody on death row.
Yeah.
Which was a formula that I don't think many people realized was going on, and it ended with All Eyes on Me.
It's biased, though. It's kind of like it's biased for you.
Well, no. What I'm saying, what the formula was. The formula was that the main featured artist on whoever's album it was, that's who you knew whose album was coming next.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah,
The Chronic, Snoop, we knew his album was coming next.
Right.
Doggy Style, we knew the Dog Pound was coming next.
Yep.
But maybe the guy, when he wrote this, he didn't know that.
Well, no, I'm not talking about him. I'm explaining for me why I perceive this as the best.
Yeah,
it's more than just the music.
Yeah,
it's the production that went
impact,
alongside
all
with it.
that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he had to Pimp a Butterfly #1. I have no issue with that. So.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I got no issue either. But I understand exactly what you're saying.
I understand why,
Yeah,
but
I get what exactly.
I mean, Snoop's he's on the album that is #1. He's on To Pimp a Butterfly. So
Yeah, but it ain't Doggy Style.
It ain't the same thing, bro. It ain't the same.
And Pocket's on there. He's at the end.
Oh my god.
Dre's on there. So he has the whole death row
Busby
on
chooses
there.
violence.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Pimp.
No.
No. Fuck y'all. Hooray. Anything else? I mean, I would ask about sports, but the Lakers been pissing all
Jim
y'all
Jones
off.
and Harry Fraud, they dropped their project.
Yes.
Which was incredible. The Fraud Department.
I gotta listen to that.
Bro, Harry Fraud is a fucking monster,
He is.
bro. Like,
He is.
no
I'm
joke.
surprised they hadn't worked together before this.
I thought they
Seriously.
did.
No.
Wow, this is their first time ever working together?
Yeah.
Wow.
There were a couple songs where I was like, on, but I mean, 11 songs overall. If I had a couple, so that means
too?
Yeah.
Shit.
so that means it was 9 out of 11. That's
a good
screaming.
average.
Yeah, that's flying colors as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
He had a joint on here. So of course he had Currency and Jay Worthy on Say a Prayer. But then the one that followed that was The People with Conway, and he got into George Floyd, which hearing Jim Jones,
Didn't he drop that record? The People? The People.
maybe I just never heard
Yeah.
it.
Yes, he did drop that,
yeah,
but
so-
Conway got on that?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta listen to that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to hear him, obviously Jim Jones from Dipset, and just to hear where he's come, and obviously that's
The
comes from
second half
maturity.
of Jim Jones's career is like on a whole
It's
other
something
level.
that needs to be taught in
It's on
classes.
some Shawn Michaels
it's
shit.
some wild shit.
It's on a wrestling standpoint. It's on some Shawn Michaels shit. Like, he's really showing why he is consistently as a rapper. The albums he's been dropping have really been pure hip hop, top notch albums.
Yeah.
And the lyricism.
Lyricism
man.
That's
got
good.
better.
He's gotten so much better just putting words together.
How
Right.
old is he? Like 40 something now?
It's like 42,
Old heads, man.
maybe older.
How the old heads still like dropping consistency from Hove to M to fucking Jim Jones to Nas? Man, we gotta appreciate these people, because when they're gone, it's just gonna be the Drakes and Kendricks.
I was gonna say, honestly, my opinion as to why they are now are still doing it the way they were, or the way they are, I should say, is because they actually give a fuck about the music. You know what I mean? And it's as simple as that, but it's very fucking complicated at the same time.
Because people don't give a fuck about the art now. They don't give a
nah.
fuck about the albums no
It's
more.
just, how are we gonna sell? How are we gonna go viral?
They don't
Yeah.
care about the sequencing. They don't care about.
care
We've
about
always
shit, bro.
we always say
Yeah.
that. That's why when I see these albums drop and I see 30 fucking songs, I'm like, okay, you're trying to do the cheat code and see what pops.
Yep.
Okay.
And this only got 11 tracks. It's a half an hour long.
He wasn't caring about.
It was just straight to the fucking point.
I,
You know what
see,
I mean?
I like straight to the point.
Yeah.
And one thing I appreciate about Jim Jones is the hustler's hustler.
Yep.
But at his core, he understands that this hustle isn't going to work if the music that I put out isn't going to fly.
Right.
So that's what I respect about him and artists who move like him, which is, we got 4 or 5 hustles that we're counting on, but those are dependent on this music. So if the music doesn't hit, we could say all that goodbye, because that shit's not going to last long.
Right.
So that's what it also boils down to is, a lot of people, they hustle, but they're peeking through the doors, looking at the next hustle without focusing on what's in front of them to make sure that door stays open for that next hustle.
Yeah.
Now Jim Jones again.
No,
When Dipset started, in my eyes, it was Joel Santana that was supposed to be in the position where Jim is now.
Yeah.
So Jim Jones was just like, okay, it's Jimmy.
He was the hype man. He was like the Tony Yayo.
He was just a muscle.
He was like the Tony Yayo of that shit.
He was just a muscle that happened to get on records. He rapped from time to time, and it was cool. But to see now, it's like, wow, yo, that's Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
now, Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Why shut the?
Oh yeah.
Hey, no, I did it on purpose.
Shut the fuck up.
Cause he donkey punched that bitch.
This nigga Cameron. It's my homeboy sent it to me, and I was like, "Is this real?" And this nigga, it said part 4, so I guess this is a whole saga of him fucking. Oh,
the saga on his Instagram was incredible.
He was fucking his neighbor, his white homegirl neighbor.
See, I don't know if it was real because it had you could tell.
I don't know about Cameron's life.
There was just it was scriptish if you knew what the first one was.
What was the first one?
The first one was a video of him leaving his complex, and it was the woman video, and like, Cam lives in my building, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna suck, like, that. And then the second, that was the video. The second part 2, was a photo of them on the beach together.
They're on the beach? Wow.
Yeah.
I saw the third one with her legs.
The third one was when her legs were up, and then the fourth one was this video. So something tells me, I'm not putting it past him that he was fucking on camera. I'm not putting it past him. But what I am saying is this was strategic marketing. Because the story it went too well together. And then when
when he was fucking her, like first he covered her face with an emoji. But when he was fucking her, he'd be fucking, I don't know if he slaps her or he's punching her in the back of the head. But it's like he just goes in the back of her head while she's moaning. And he's just talking shit. And it's like, really, Cameron? Alright.
So you guys don't know what he's got going then?
No. This leads into exactly what I'm about to say.
What you about to say?
He's selling sex. He's selling sex to men. It sounds funny.
Sex to men.
It sounds funny.
What kind of shit is that?
But he's selling them the Vitality.
Yep.
The Vitality pills or drinks or whatever.
Oh.
Pink horse.
Pink horsepower.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so now does it make sense?
I guess so.
All right.
Now what I'm saying is it's completely plausible. I mean, he did this in Paid in Full, so it wouldn't surprise me if he got into Rico mode and he did this. But like I said, when you follow the script, it's like, this is a well put together little I don't want to call it a montage, but a little
because it was all built
sequence of events. Yeah, a little mini series.
It was like days apart, so it was just like, and then
right.
I was like, "What is this nigga really doing?" Okay, he is doing this. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cameron. Dipset.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, Cameron's funny, man. It's gonna be a hot summer, and the summer never came.
Summer's still not here, man. Still ain't got that damn hot summer.
Curtis. I'll never forget that. They were literally arguing on the phone, and he goes, "Curtis, Curtis." And what did 50 do? Change the album title to Curtis.
Yep.
It was one of his worst albums too.
Not worse than Before I Self-Destruct.
That was after.
I know. That's what
you didn't like Before I Self-Destruct?
Nope.
I liked it.
Nope.
Nope.
I'm not gonna defend it, but I liked it.
Nah,
what are the albums that you're what albums that you like but you're not gonna defend to the public? Like if people say it's trash, you'd be like, well, shit, I ain't gonna defend that.
I've come on this podcast many of times and I've said Huncho Jack Huncho. I said I like it, but that's I'm never going to defend. I'm never going to try to defend it. I know it's a mediocre album. I just really like the elements a part of that mediocre album.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel about Jesus is King, because I like it, but I can understand why everyone fucking despises it. I don't mind it, but I'm not going to defend it because, I mean...
No, but see, that's the difference with me. It's not that I know why people don't like it. No, there's parts of it where I'm like, nah, you could do this shit better. But the elements at that, for what it is, it's like, yeah, you could do this shit better, but it was at least good enough for me to keep playing it. Like, again, I know it's a mediocre album. It's not even like, oh, I like it, but I understand why people don't. No, I fully understand. Because I view it as a mediocre album.
Right.
I like it.
That's how I fully look at, like, even with Ye, like, even, I just joke about the whole Scorpion shit. But I ain't gonna defend it up past a certain point. Like, I personally like majority of the tracks. There's only, 7 songs? I like a majority of it. But I ain't gonna defend it, because, hey, Ye half-assed that shit. So,
yes.
Yeah. So
easy.
So what about you?
Rolling Papers.
Yeah.
Rolling
Yeah.
Papers, because I really do like that album. Like, listen, I will listen to it front to back.
Nah, you're
But you
100%
understand.
right.
I mean?
But you understand
I
why.
get why other people don't like it.
It wasn't Kush and OJ.
Yeah,
And they set the bar so fucking high with Kush and OJ.
exactly.
Yeah, there's certain albums that you just know. He's like, I get it.
I'll even say they even set it high. He just set the bar high.
Yeah.
Because even before Kush and OJ, it was Flight School, it was Burn After Rolling. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just set the bar really fucking high.
Was it Taylor? What was the other one?
And then right before,
No, that was years
what do you
later.
call it?
Okay.
Right before Rolling Papers came out, Black and Yellow pop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like he was way the fuck up there.
Right.
And then Rolling Papers dropped, and it was like, oh.
And you know what it is too? It's
but I like
the
like
first
I said,
four.
I like
The
that
first
album.
4 songs were like just so incredible, especially that intro with just with E Dan just playing the piano as that opener.
Yeah.
And then right after it got to the 4th song, it was just like, oh, okay. Because literally, it was so fucking
get it.
front loaded. It went from When I'm Gone to On My Level to Black and Yellow. And then what was the single afterwards? Because the 4th song was a single. Roll Up. Mm-hmm. And right after that, I was just like,
off.
okay, now it's all right. It's just songs.
Too poppy.
Yeah.
All right. So what are albums that people will trash, but you would defend to the death? To me, it's Relapse. Eminem's Relapse album. I'll defend that.
See, I really don't.
I was waiting
do
for you
it.
to say Eminem something, dog.
No, it's just
I'm not gonna lie to
Relapse.
you.
I'll defend Relapse because that's what I wanted from M. It's like this. Y'all wanted Slim Shady to come back. He gave it to you in vengeance. That's exactly what I wanted, and y'all motherfuckers didn't get it. I'll defend
See,
that to the
I
death.
typically don't even do it because if I hear it,
I don't know. It's all that matters. But when you hear
if
people
I
like,
hear it, like somebody would expect me to say Views, but a wide majority of people like Views, so that they wouldn't. Mm-hmm. Relapse is one where only his core fans love, but the rest of the so I can understand you defending that.
Views,
There's really no way to kind of go on either side of the spectrum of Views because it's really cut down the middle.
Drake
Drake
Drake fans love Views. That's what I've noticed. Views is the relapse to Drake. That's Drake's relapse's Views.
I mean, I can see that, but I know a lot of people who don't fuck with Drake and they like Views. So that's what I'm saying. I get it. Like the Views is literally split down the middle, whether you're a Drake fan or not.
That shit has not aged
well. I've seen. No, to me it hasn't aged well from the stance of how they promoted it and what they expected it to be. Mm-hmm. But musically, it has. I'm not talking about lyrics. Musically, that shit has aged fucking well. That's still one of the best put together albums I've heard. That's why it's so confusing to me. Why I keep going back to that album, because lyrically and conceptually I don't like it. But sonically,
Tatum line.
yeah. But sonically,
you get me down. Like
sound wise and sequencing wise, it's one of the best I've heard out of the last
if it's
decade.
an instrumental, I'd fucks with it. Like it's perfect rainy day music.
It's the perfect description of a winter.
Or seasons. That was the whole concept.
Well, I understand the seasons, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's the perfect description of changing a new leaf figuratively during winter.
Yeah.
Or metaphorically.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I don't think I've ever.
Like, I'm just saying, like,
I've never defended something where it's been like widely viewed as trash.
I don't think widely reviewed, but the main consensus that it's trash.
I mean, maybe if I'm defending hip hop music in general to white people, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I've done
is for
that.
sure.
But their perception on hip hop it's usually I'm defending it for people who just think hip hop is just trash altogether and was supposed to be a fad.
What about you,
Right.
Martine?
Country Grammar.
People diss that album?
Yes. Are you fucking kidding me?
I can see that.
I can see that.
I love Country Grammar.
Yeah. Nah, I know. That's what I was about to say. Like, for people like us,
Yeah.
grew up on that shit,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's a
Right.
good, it's a really fucking good album. But if you take that like anywhere else, at the time, dog, I'm telling you, because I got that shit when it first came out. I took it to my cousin down in LA. He was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Going down, down, baby?
No, just like what is this? It
Yeah.
sounds like some nursery rhyme shit.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
if you're gonna go that route where it's more of the poppy side, then okay, I got one.
Uh-oh.
Big Willie style.
Okay.
A lot of people do view that as trash, and I'm like, and you know, I feel there's no Will Smith slander around me. I don't tolerate it.
See, when I was a kid, that was the only album I listened to. My mom was, protective, and I liked Men in Black, so I listened to it. I probably go back and re-listen to that album. I like Lost and Found. That was the last Will Smith album that ever dropped.
It was cool.
I enjoyed that. That was like, you could tell Will tried.
it was cool. Just Big Willie style is just like, okay, I get if you don't like the clean image and the fact that he's not cursing.
Right.
But this music's fucking good, so what are you complaining about? You know what I'm saying? Like it's
hip hop.
Yeah, like it would be one thing if it was like in the lines of Macklemore or Chance the Rapper, where it was just like, okay, your image is just now it's just clouding the music.
Right.
But the fact that he didn't curse in his records, it didn't outshine the damn music.
The only curse he said on there was "damn." That's all he said. Just damn.
Which I mean, he was when he was coming off of So the last album with him and Jazz as Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff was
92.
No, it was 93, and it was Code Red. The one before that had Summertime on it, Home Base. That was that had You Saw My Blinker Bitch on it, which was funny because you ain't used to hearing him say that.
Right.
Yeah, I never understood the hate for Big Willie style. Even if you don't like the clean cut image and you just wanted people to curse, at the end of the day, it was still quality fucking music.
I guess it's because it was rated G rap.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, yo, how many albums in the early 90s were quote unquote rated G rap that were fucking dope? Like Special Ed.
Exactly.
When Special Ed's album came out, it had no cursing on it.
Right.
I would have
when D Nice dropped, like what a lot of people know D Nice as the Instagram DJ.
Yeah,
right.
I know D Nice. My name is D Nice, and I hate to admit it. Take the sucker MCs, and you know how I know D Nice from that. He wasn't cursing on his shit.
I want to hear the reference track to get the Nas reference track for Getting Jiggy with it. Did Nas write that?
Yeah, Nas wrote like 4 records on there,
and he did Just Cruising too. I want to hear the reference. I want to hear the reference track for Just Cruising.
I'll even say this: the only time there was cursing on a DOC album was when Dre or NWA were on It's Funky Enough. DOC didn't used to cuss in his raps. That was something that he actually took pride in.
Yeah, you know who Will Smith was the Sinbad of rap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Sinbad. Prayers up to him.
Not most ever. Like, yeah, I definitely can see it from that perspective. But yeah, now like when they say that clean cut image, I'm like, you guys understand that like cursing is something that, I mean, obviously not fairly new now, but in terms of when hip hop was started, like, that was still kind of a new thing that was taking place.
Edgy.
That's why it was so random on the Real Slim Shady when M just said, Will Smith done got a cuss in his rap to sell records. Where I do. So fuck him and fuck you too. And I was like, what? And then he just went right to the next subject. And I was like, wait, why did you?
Yeah.
It was like the most random. It was like M didn't know how to write.
Shock value.
But I know it's shock value, but it was just like he wrote that, then went right to the next subject. I was like, what? Alright. That was random. Think I give a damn about a Grammy? No, fuck the Grammy. Why did you say that? Oh yeah, that shit's next month.
Eminem is okay. So I'll say this about M to go in line with Lauryn Hill, but it's not in terms of what you think I'm gonna say.
In the words of Martine, oh shit.
So Eminem, legendary artist. Period. Goes without saying. Eminem, legendary battle rapper. Like, we know what his pedigree was. Eminem, in terms of battle raps in the industry, he's not a legend to me.
He doesn't have a legend. No, I agree with that.
But see, a lot of people, when they're, what are you talking about? It's like, well,
I'll list all the people he done dissed and had beef with, because I understand. Boy bands with NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Benzino, Ja Rule. Who else? Bush, Trump. Who else? MGK.
Machine, yeah.
That's it. Okay, and the thing is, M has went on record with his records. He drew the line in the sand and dared anybody with the same limelight as Jay-Z or Nas, the pedigree of those rappers, to cross that line and battle me. Just say so. He wished it, and nobody did, and he had to deal with that. But he felt bad about it. He was like, "Really?" That's probably how Kendrick feels. Because he's
I mean,
a lot of people would say that I was, I'd be crossing the line, but I would go with you. I'm like, okay, well, let's list it off. Who did he battle against? Because
Everlast too. I forgot about him.
Yeah, right. Moby
and Moby. Yeah. Like he always dared people to come at him, and people have, but they weren't at the same credibility. It's like,
well, they weren't the rappers that
he wanted,
could
hang with him. Only person who hung with him, sadly, was MGK.
Like, I'll say this.
Sadly.
Like, I'll say this. His career is different the trajectory is different if in another universe, what Nas says about Renegade causes Jay-Z to say something slick about M. And then they go into it.
Then
that's somebody, and it doesn't even have to be like a full-fledged.
It
doesn't have to be a full-fledged beef in terms of street shit.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But in terms of music, okay, I'm gonna give you credence because that's a fucking heavyweight that you're going against. Cool. Mm-hmm. After that, if words got exchanged between him and Ludacris,
yeah, you always said about Evan Luda, yeah.
I would look at his resume different depending on how that goes because I view Ludacris as somebody in terms of diss records. Don't fuck with him.
Yeah,
he's one of those ones. Leave him alone. Let him stay in the clubs because when you get him out of club element and he turns into wordsmith Ludacris,
oh, it's a wrap.
He's gonna get your ass.
Oh yeah, ask T.I.
Stay off the TIP.
Yeah.
Of my dick. And I would say this: Drake has more. He has a better list of like battles than Eminem. Like if you go down Drake's list, he's still going like bar to bar with Jay-Z, like subliminally. They have like a whole Cold War.
Yeah, then they do songs together.
Huh?
Then they do songs together.
I know, it doesn't make sense. Then you have Kanye. Then they do songs together.
Then you got Push, which is legit.
Meek Mill, Pusher, Kid Cudi. I feel there's somebody else too. Oh, Tory Lanez, six. I think that's it.
Yeah, so I mean,
he has a better
for his era. Yeah,
he has a better like list than M. M, like I said, M dared people to come at him, and they never did. And they never did. Only people that will like they were mid Carters, like C-list rappers. Like why? Why are you coming at me? I guess.
Yeah.
Like then he has to go out and then diss. He's begging people like he be dissing them for no reason. Like please diss me. I want something to do.
Right.
Like I want something to do. I'm bored. Shit.
And then he got tired of waiting. He popped pills.
And then he fucking grew his beard out.
Yeah.
And still bored. Still weird seeing him with a beard.
I'm tired of this blonde shit.
I mean, it's still weird seeing him with the beard because he still looks the same. But he's like, I don't want to shake this shit off.
Well, you shouldn't.
He really should. Yeah, he really should. It's just weird to see. It's like, wow, you old. We old. Dr. Dre looking old.
So now I have another question. Because as many times as we've been on this podcast, we have completely forgot to even mention what was taking place.
Oh shit.
We have another supergroup.
Four
legends that we love.
Yep.
Ice Cube, Too Short, E40, Snoop Dogg have come together and they're creating Mount Westmore. I'm bringing them up now because they confirmed that when they do drop the project, there's only one guest, and that guest is going to be Dr. Dre.
That makes sense.
Shit.
They're gearing up to get that going soon.
I'm curious about that.
I am curious, even though I feel like it's years past.
Yeah.
I'm still excited for it. It's four of
the legendaries.
Yeah. If you guys had the option, I want to try to keep it in the same era, but if you want to go with overall, fuck it, we go overall. You're in charge of putting a supergroup together. You got 4.
Oh, that's gonna be easy for me. M, Hove, Nas, and Kanye.
Okay, but so you're going overall more so than era.
Yeah, just pretty much.
Okay. Because my focus is
M 4.
Who was the 4th?
That was M, Hove, Nas, and Kanye. The 4.
Okay, so what's your reasoning behind?
Okay.
Because again, we're not just selling raps, so we're not just selling raps, but ones that can create songs. So what's your reasoning behind all 4?
I just want raps, kind of like Slaughterhouse.
But see, that's where it gets tricky
with Kanye because they're all different styles. I know.
No, but they all know how to create songs. So you're not just gonna get raps. So you gotta kind of gel their styles together for a overall hook.
That's what you call fucking Ty Dolla $ign in. Or Chris Brown, or call fucking.
I mean, I get it, but you got a 14-track album.
I won't even call it 14. I'll give him just 4 tracks, making an EP.
What?
Well, no, that's what. We're going back to the era of albums.
Just albums?
Yes.
So okay. So
who would you put together? Yeah, because
okay, now okay. Let me rephrase that.
Okay. You're an A&R for a label.
Mm-hmm.
You got to convince 4 acts. Yo, this is gonna be a great idea to help build on your guys' individual success,
now
and you're gonna cross over, and you're gonna get
Travis Scott, Lil Uzi, Young Thug, and Future.
That's wild mid. In my opinion, that's wild mid.
That's the only thing I can think. I mean, if I want to, I mean, it's mid to us.
That shit literally made me cringe.
It's mid to us,
Like, what
but
the
for the
fuck?
kids, they love that shit.
Yeah, I will agree with you. On
I
that.
don't
They'd
even-
probably eat that shit up.
They will.
They probably would.
They with Travis Scott production.
It would
and
get the
shit.
listens for the first week.
For sure.
It would get the listens for the
Without
first
question.
week. But
I can literally hear it in my mind. That's how it is.
But you're not an A&R going for the numbers. You're an A&R that you want the classic project.
So you want the classic project.
You want this group, whether they continue as a group or if they just do this as a one hitter quitter. You want something that's going to be remembered in history for bars, songwriting, and when they go on tour, this is a must see.
4 artists.
Four artists.
All right. Well, I guess Drake. I'm giving Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick. Shit, I don't know the fourth one. I cannot see the fourth because it could be a mix between Big Sean or Wale. But I was like, maybe Ross, maybe. I don't know. But those 3 for sure because they could all construct songs and hooks and everything like that.
Okay.
Maybe Future. Maybe that's like it's a light maybe.
Okay.
I can see that working. I don't know what the group will be called, but yeah, those 3 and 4 ish. Damn, this is like a stump. We gotta play the Jeopardy theme song. I'm gonna play it right now so y'all figure that shit out. I think I'm playing.
I mean, I got 2 groups that popped into my mind, right? One of them that I would have liked to have seen. They all did a song together and shit. It's not possible anymore. Let me just put it that way. Wiz, Sean, Currency, and Nip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I would like to have seen that shit personally.
Yeah.
We're talking about, like, record sales and all that shit. This is gonna sound crazy. Roddy Ricch, Don Toliver, Kendrick, and I had a fourth in my mind. That shit is hella throwing me off. Fuck. Travis.
Travis Scott?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my first one, I had 2 too. My first one, no, I don't need it for me.
Okay.
You can turn it off.
Like, shut that shit off.
That was hella funny.
I was hella thinking. I was like, wait, I just thought of the fucking name, and then the stupid ass song.
And then it hit that higher note.
Yeah. I was like, oh fuck.
My first one is right in line with you. It's just swap out a few members. Because I've already called them like the underground super friends. Currency, Wiz, Crit, and Smoke DZA.
That's a good one.
Because all 4 of them, we've already heard all 4 of them together. They could do that. The next one, I would go back to the era of 2006. Wayne, Santana,
Okay.
Game, and the final one is going to sound a little weird, but you kind of need them in terms of developing the newer act that is going to be around that same time, but you know that they're coming after the first 3. Big Sean.
I can see that.
I get each rapper from all over the country in different sections. I get Sean when he's literally in the development stage, and I'm putting him around 3 rappers that in 2006 you had to come correct around.
Yeah.
That would sharpen Sean in my eyes. Like,
for sure.
yeah, they all know how to write songs. They all have punchlines, and they all can sell.
I'm waiting for that super collab again. Because you remember that year it was like Swagger Like Us came out, then the year after Forever came out. Then it was the Deuces remix. And then All the Lights remix. I'm kind of waiting for that day we get the super collab, the super collaboration like song again. Because DJ Khaled tries to make that shit and he oversaturated that shit. It lost its muster. Like when we have all the heavyweights on like one track together. If we have the Kendrick, Drake, and fucking J. Cole all on the same song.
The problem is, like you said, man, Khaled fucked that shit up.
No, I don't think he fucked it up.
I feel like he did, man.
He oversaturated it. Because if it did happen, DJ Khaled would be the one to get all 3 of them together on one track. Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. I feel that track could still happen. Now, whose album it would be on? That's a good question.
Khaled's.
Probably.
It would have to be.
But if he take Khaled out, whose album would it be on? It won't be on Kendrick's. It won't be on J. Cole's, and Drake is too much of a fucking egomaniac to
well,
have.
that's the issue you're putting on too. Mm-hmm. Is if you're talking about songs like that, you're talking about Lucy's.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be bonus tracks on each their albums and shit.
Yeah.
See, I just think that era's done.
Yeah, it was a moment.
I think that era's done. I'm just waiting on. I'm waiting on the era when it becomes highly publicized, when you catch certain acts when they're potential acts. So like when Wiz, Currency, French, and Nip came together.
Yeah.
Well, they all ended up becoming XXL freshmen,
right?
At some point, and then they all ended up having, careers.
I just thought of this one track that had Charles Hamilton, Asher Roth, and B.O.B. on the same track, and people considered Charles Hamilton to be the heir to Kanye, Asher Roth to be the heir to M, and B.O.B. to be the heir to Andre 3000. And did that happen? Hell no.
That's just why people, they just gotta be honest with how you just evaluate talent too. I feel like, okay, so this is funny. It's a little tangent, but I promise I'm gonna bring
another one.
Bring it full circle,
like last.
Yeah. So at the end of this episode, I'll get into what's going on within my zone. But initially, what I had planned for what was supposed to be the most recent episode was a segment that was going to be around B. Simone and her comments around Valentine's Day, and then this guy Kevin Samuels, and how women just like were up in arms. They were like going wild, saying this guy disrespects women. He has no just going off. He hates women, and they're upset with B. Simone because it was like, no, you were selling us coloring books. Now you want to tell us about life, so whatever. So, me being somebody that I have an interest in protecting black women in particular, because I have a sister who was a young black woman.
Right.
I was like, okay, well, what's Kevin Samuels talking about? Like, it can't be this bad. I'd say probably after 2 videos, I had subscribed, and I was like, yo, this man's good. This is my life coach.
Kevin Samuels. I mean, I haven't watched him,
because what I was watching was, no, he's not disrespecting women. Women are coming in saying they want this, this, and that in a man, and he's saying, okay, well, what is your ranking in acquiring that man? And they're realizing they don't bring what they think they bring to the table. Then they get upset, and they keep trying to challenge him, and he keeps just letting them know. He deals with numbers and facts. He doesn't deal with, I think. That's their whole process is, well, I think. And it's like, well, nobody cares what you think because you're trying to acquire a man, and men don't think like that. So start over. And they get upset with it.
Because he's being very straightforward.
Yeah.
He's being straightforward and straight and to the point, and then they get mad because he's telling them the truth. So,
right.
And then it's like, and then women don't, not all women, just some women don't like taking accountability for their actions.
There was one woman, you got to watch these videos. When I say I want this to be my life coach, I've been watching at least 3 videos a day since I've subscribed. I work out and I lay back, and before I go to sleep, I just watch because it's just like, no, I feel what he's saying. There was one woman who said that women don't need men to survive.
Oh, really?
And men need women more than women need men. And he was like, okay, well then let's break it down from this. Let's break it down from here.
Here we go.
How many women work in power plants? And so he's breaking down numbers, and he's like, okay, I'll even give you 20% of women that actually work in those fields. How is 20% of women going to take care of the other 80% when they need 80% of men to help take care of everybody else? Like, mathematically, this doesn't make any sense. And then he started bringing up the fact, he goes, it's okay. He goes, women just have this idea where we have to be equal. You have to be equal to a man, and it's not true. The force in a man's hand at what we can do with the force is like 17 times stronger than the strongest woman. So like even the man that doesn't have the most strength, just because genetically he's a male, he has more strength than what he does.
Right.
So they're like, okay, so what happens if the power plant goes down, and then you don't have any power? How are you gonna survive? I kid you not. This woman said, well, I will go get water and I will put it on the stove. And he's like, there's no power. She's like, well, that's gas. And he's like,
that's not
they
gas.
go to Okay.
You should have just hung up on her at that point.
Wow.
Did he hang up on her? Or did he
No,
just
because
keep
then he
going?
went further and he goes, so you would drink ocean water, salt water that you know you can't drink.
Uh-huh.
And then on top of that, you would in order to get water that you need to drink, you have to get it in the steam version. So first of all, you would just drink water that would kill you after that. So no, how would you survive?
So he was just pretty much giving them logic.
Yeah.
Like he was
And
giving them logic.
And the thing was,
Yeah.
she would not admit it.
And that's the thing. They
She
don't
would
want to
not-
admit
she would not admit.
they don't want to admit that they're wrong. It's not just women
Yeah.
too. Niggas are like that too.
Yeah.
But women, some women, I gotta say that they don't want to take accountability. They're the ones that when they get into an argument and a man makes a solid point, then they'll try to change the narrative. And
One woman tried to hide all, like, it was like an 11-minute conversation. One woman, she was just trying to say that men ain't shit. There's no good men out here, this, that. And finally, when he got to the core of it, she left her relationship because she cheated on dude.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
So this is episode 2.
Now, I say that, again, I said I was going to bring this around full circle.
Yeah.
When people evaluate talent, you can't go off of, I think.
Yeah.
You have to be honest with the talent you're evaluating. So that's how people would get wrong when they say, "Oh, this is gonna be the next Andre 3000." Well, why is Charles Hamilton gonna be the next Andre 3000? Oh, because I think. Well, no.
I think he can
What's
do
the
this.
numbers that's
What's the
gonna
numbers?
tell you? That's gonna lead him to that.
Assumption. You're just not assuming.
Right.
Fucking
like.
Charles
And
Hamilton.
so my example to that is I knew Kendrick was next up because he had the trajectory of a West Coast artist that was going in that direction,
And he had all the
and all the
cosigns.
West Coast OGs were backing him.
Yep.
So I knew from that standpoint, okay, he's got it. I knew Drake was going to make it at some point because he brought an element that was different, and the element that he was bringing numbers-wise, he was in line with the Nelly.
And I knew J. Cole was going to make it just off the whole cosign and how the warm-up
Exactly,
sounded.
yeah. So, like, you have to have some kind of evidence to show. Like, people just put random names up, and it's like, fam, where did you get that theory?
That makes a ton of sense, dog.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
seriously.
there's always evidence to show who's going to be the next up.
Yeah.
It's just
Like,
a matter
you
of
can see
waiting to see
I-
who I don't want to say weeds out, but who navigates through the crowd and then puts themselves there.
I really thought that Charles Hamilton was going to be the next up, just off his projects. And
Really?
how he had the cosign with Interscope. He had the M cosign. I remember there was that one footage of him in the studio with Kanye and Game doing a freestyle. I liked his production. I liked his raps. I really felt he was going to be the heir to Kanye's throne. Even Kanye even co-signed him and posted him on his blog and shit. I really thought he was going to be the heir. Like, he was going to be where Cudi is. Like, where Cudi and... What other rappers? Cudi and the fucking Tyler, the Creators and the Donald Glovers. I thought he was going to be there.
Right. See, I never got that from him.
I can see
whenever
but
somebody would bring up the 2009 freshman class, I would always say it's Wale.
Wale was the only one on that cover. I remember that cover. It was on that cover. It was Charles Hamilton, Asher Roth, B.O.B. Then you just see Wale in the background.
Yeah, like I was like Wale has the look, and he's got the skill set. Now I was already a fan of Currency. So
Naturally.
to me, it had nothing to do with why Currency couldn't make it there. I always just got the vibe of like Currency could be number 1, he could be like number 49. He doesn't care. He's gonna do him.
Exactly.
I was like, but Wale has it because I had been listening to Wale when he was on SoundClick. So I knew of him before he even got to the cover. So in comparison to everybody else, I was like, no, it's gonna be Wale. Wale, what he talks about, it connects with women because I already see how he's connecting with the women through MySpace. Like they already flocked this stuff, and he's talking about Nike shoes, but he's connecting. And then when he got into Attention Deficit, and then he had Diary with Marsha Ambrosius, and then he had several other
Beautiful
songs
Bliss
like
with Drake or J. Cole.
yeah, but in terms of numbers and how that worked, the way I was able to key in on that based on the numbers was what he was already doing on SoundClick.
Right.
And I thought
His songs were continuously being like number 1 on that chart. And for me, like a lot of people are like, oh, well, what do you do on Billboard? To me, that's not what matters. If you're number 1 somewhere,
Damn.
That's going to translate to somewhere else eventually because people are going to follow.
I'm going to tell Wale to listen to this because he's going to be like, you listen to me on SoundClick?
I definitely listen to him on SoundClick because I was trying to get beats from Best Kept Secret.
Yeah, I was going to say that shit. I remember those.
Yeah, Martine knows. We were doing recording sessions and I was rapping while I was doing my songs on, it's the Best Kept Secret. That's when they had their tag at the beginning. And that's when I was like, yo, who? Because I thought it was Whale at the time. And then when he said his name in, I was like, oh, it's Wale. No, this nigga dope. So that's why I'm so high on Wale now.
You saw where
I saw the shit from jump, and I was like, no. He just, and even with the shit that happened with Interscope, I was like, you know what? He just needs a team to go around. And when everybody was making, when everybody made fun of him for going to Maybach Music, I was one of the few that was like, that's a perfect fucking fit.
I knew that was a perfect fit for him.
I was like, because now he has somebody that believes in him, that has an ear for the music that he does, because Wale does music that goes in line with what Rick Ross's ear gets.
Yeah.
So he has somebody that believes in him that has that same ear for music.
Yeah.
On top of that, he's around street niggas to where when he has those few records for the ladies, he can always go back and forth, and it doesn't seem out of place for him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't use I think.
Another one that really disappointed me. B.O.B. really disappointed me. Because Beautiful Girl Nothing But You came on the radio, and I was listening to it. I'm like, you had Bruno Mars on there. Like, you introduced the world to Bruno Mars. The raps were there. I liked The Adventures of Bobby Ray, like his debut album, and his second album too. He had the lane.
Yeah, Strange Clouds.
Yeah, he had the lane to be like the flow rider, like the fucking PG mainstream rapper. He had a lane right there. He could have rode that lane. But no, you wanted to get gangsta. You did, what was the record called? The Mr. Fab wrote?
Look, man, I don't know how you feel about it.
Headband slaps.
Fuck with Headband.
No, Headband. I like the. I know the.
But maybe because I fucked the Headband, so like maybe that like. You know,
I fucked with Headband,
and I fucked to it.
Yeah, so maybe I hear it differently.
No, but I know why. But it was just like, why did you switch up? Like he was trying to be gangsta and shit.
Well, to me, he wasn't trying to be.
Not gangsta.
He was going for the club.
Yeah, it was like he didn't have to do that.
But I see that's where we differ. He didn't have to do it. I didn't mind that he went that route.
Yeah,
you would,
because he had already done two. He already done the two albums where it was like, all right, I already got the white people's money.
Yeah, I get you.
So
I'm just saying, like, oh, maybe I just
because him on a Mustard beat sounds dope.
You already
and
know.
Because remember, it's not just that one. He was on T-Pain's Up Down. Yeah, and he sounded phenomenal on that one too.
I'm not saying he was a good. I'm not saying he was a bad rapper or anything, but it was just kind of crazy how he just
he was on Paranoid.
He was on Paranoid.
He had a lane he could have like stayed in, but he
you know what it was?
Drifted off.
He put too much. He put all of his chips into going into the club when he probably should have had 2 or 3 of those records just to get people familiar with him transitioning,
and still had the white people music,
right? Yep. And then his 4th album, it probably. I would agree with you. I'll meet you in the middle on that.
Yeah.
That probably would have been the better bet.
Yeah.
But him on Party Records does not sound anywhere close to out of place for me.
Oh, no, it wasn't out of place.
He sounds so well on Party Records.
He's a great artist, but it was just like, why did you switch up so... Because it was so just drastic.
Yeah, of course.
It just happened so quickly.
I can meet you in the middle with that.
Yeah, that was B.O.B. was the one that shot. Now he's kind of just not mentioned at all, which is... He should be what Wale is. Like, Wale is going to be... He should be, like, pretty much equal to what Wale is right now.
Right.
Because he had Airplanes with Haley Williams and M and shit like that. He had that backing. Who else really fucking disappointed me?
I wouldn't say there was one that disappointed me. I just was unfamiliar at the time he was on the cover. And then I immediately got in line. No.
Oh.
Freddie Gibbs.
Oh, yeah, Freddie Gibbs.
I immediately got in line when I heard Straight Killer. I was like, oh, okay, no. If I had to pick a dark horse from that 2010 cover, it was going to be Freddie Gibbs. I'm not saying that I projected I knew where Freddie Gibbs was going to be now. Because ain't no way in hell I could have projected with Freddie Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs is an A1 entertainer, period. Yeah. He needs his own show.
He was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, and it was amazing. Great fucking podcast. 4 hours, but it was great.
Oh, God
never
damn.
mind.
Yeah, break that shit into an hour a day. Watch it over 4 days. It's wonderful. But Freddie Gibbs, A1 entertainer. He needs his own show. He needs his own podcast. He needs his own production company to direct shit. He's that kind of entertainer.
They kicked us off as Is he still on Instagram? Or did they kick him off?
They kicked him out. He's on Twitter.
Damn it, man! I'm telling you, like I put so many people on the Freddie Gibbs IG stories because them shits are the fuck
bitch,
the fuck bitch. Like the shit that he like. Where I'll be like, where do you find these videos? Like,
Freddie Gibbs is great, but in terms of music,
music wise,
I heard I kind of heard it. Mm-hmm. And again, I didn't have that trajectory the same way I saw Wale and everybody else I mentioned. Mm-hmm. But it was one of those ones where it was like, I had a feeling J-Rock would at least find some level of success that he's gotten now. So it was like, if I had to pick a dart, it wouldn't be Fashawn and it wouldn't be Donis. I don't see it in him.
Fashawn, god damn, what?
I like Fashawn.
What happened to him?
Fashawn is Mass Appeal. Fashawn signed to Nas.
What about Donis?
I have not heard from Donis.
That nigga disappeared.
He disappeared. He disappeared.
Another one that disappeared.
But Freddie Gibbs, because somebody brought on Twitter and they were like, "Yo, Freddie Gibbs isn't as good as you guys say."
Who the fuck said that?
Like, all right, bet for sure. And again, it goes back to the fact of horrible. Whenever somebody says that, I'm like, I know exactly when you were listening to him. You probably started around the Pinata era. And you missed everything that led up to before that. And you probably didn't even pay attention that after Pinata, he dropped Shadow of a Doubt, which to me is the classic album in the midst of all the ones they were releasing with Madlib and Alchemist. Yeah. It was Shadow of a Doubt.
I want to hear Freddie Gibbs over a just purely Hit Boy album.
Yeah.
Freddie Gibbs and Hit Boy.
That'd be some fire shit.
Oh, yes, it will. And you know Hit Boy, he'll adapt.
Good crack. Good crack.
Yeah, didn't he say he shot a crackhead or some shit like that?
Tech 9 times and he was still running.
I saw that early in the morning and I literally laughed. That woke me out my sleep slumber.
The first 14 to 16 minutes of that podcast is some of the greatest shit.
And he said it with a straight face. I don't know if he was trolling Joe because Joe Rogan was like, okay.
Yeah.
With a Tech 9, yep, sure did. Speaking of that, speaking of podcasts, so Spotify heard what you said, like, oh, we losing money? Fuck you, JC. And they called in Obama and Bruce Springsteen. They have a podcast together now.
Yeah, but Bruce Springsteen got caught up with some shit today. I read in the news.
What do you do?
I don't know. I think the cases were acquitted, but still, just
he got Me Too'd.
I don't know. It wasn't that. It was something that popped up on Apple News. I didn't read it because I was taking a nap. Wow. I just saw the shit and I was like, perfect timing for that podcast. All right.
But that's like the most random pairing. Obama and Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, it'll be top 10 by the 5th episode.
I think it's funny how, I guess the story came out. I didn't read the story, but Obama pretty much said that when somebody called him the hard ER, he punched him right in the mouth. And I just imagine when Obama said it. Yeah, he called me a nigger and I just punched him in the mouth. Yep.
Yeah. Called me a nigger, so I said, kiss these nigger hands, boy.
Kiss these nigger hands, boy. You know who you fuck with. I'm Barack, boy.
You might got fucked up and think that I'm a president.
You don't got me fucked up, man.
But a nigga from Southside Chicago.
I'll fuck you up, boy.
I'm not Chance the Rapper.
Because he does that.
Yeah, you got fucked up.
You got me fucked up.
I'm not Chance the Rapper, boy.
I'm not Crazy Kanye. I'll whoop your ass. So he talks, man. Like, you couldn't even make fun of, even on SNL, you couldn't really make fun of Obama because he had too much sauce. Yeah. He knew how to talk. Just you can't replicate
his gift of gab is what led to Donald Trump's
pretty much
term, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
If you really want to break it down, his gift of gab and the way he knows how to go in on people is
and handle people.
Yeah. It pissed him off so much that he said, I'm running for president now.
Oh, okay, good luck.
Yeah. All right, motherfucker.
All right, motherfucker. It's like, yeah, I won. Okay. Do it twice.
Yeah.
Do it twice. And lost.
This motherfucker threw out the playbook that I left.
And fuck him. Yeah.
Basically, fuck him.
That's how Obama sounds, man. This is, Michelle, that nigga is talking shit, and
sound like the fucking
grudge.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
He passes out.
I don't know if you ever saw the comedian Earthquake set on I forget which line. I think it was on one of those Shaq's All-Star comedies. Mm-hmm. His shit's fucking hilarious. He said they be stressing the fuck out of Barack. He said, you know damn well he be going through that house. He won't even keep that presidential shit. He be going back in the wild. Michelle, pack your shit, let's get the fuck up out of here.
I bet there were so many times he probably wanted to say that shit when he goes back, when he leaves the Oval Office, or he just walks back to the room. Michelle, he's like, I can't believe these crackers, Michelle.
No. What he was saying was he took all that voice was. Michelle, get your shit, let's get the fuck out of here.
Shit, I think that was Michelle. I think it's Michelle. They said Michelle Obama was so pissed when he ran for president because she said, when is enough, Barack? When is enough? And she did not forgive him until Inauguration Day. Not when he won the presidency, but on Inauguration Day, that's when she finally forgave him.
Yeah, it's on some Godfather 2 shit. Made me think of something that you told me. In 5 years, the Corleone family will be completely legit. That was 7 years ago. I know, darling, I'm trying. And he just continues dancing with her. Nothing I can do.
Like, even when he won the election, she was still mad at. Can you imagine how mad she was? Like, damn. Yeah. You couldn't let that shit go, even when you were doing all those interviews, smiling, and then after that, you just didn't talk to him the whole time, really?
Right.
But then on Inauguration Day, she's like, I forgive you, baby.
Yep.
When we're about to walk into the White House, that's when you... All right.
Yep.
Women.
She had cold feet, man. Shit.
She didn't have cold feet. She was pissed because she didn't want him doing it. She said flat out it was like you were wasting it. She said if this shit did not work, if you did not win this the nomination, you got to find a real job. And Obama was like, shit.
Ain't no nigga around here working. We living off that pension, baby.
I think he'll be doing stand-up. I'm telling you, leading up to the election last year, man, Obama was doing Dave Chappelle-like stand-up on Trump. All he needed was a cigarette and a stool. I'll pay to see Obama stand-up. Just him just talking shit. Just him talking, just keeping it buck.
That's one where you just tell me how much it is, and I'll give you a blank check.
Give him a blunt and just have him just talk shit about everything.
Yeah.
Why he called Kanye a jackass? Did he really smoke weed in the Oval Office? How many rappers would he really invite to the White House if he had the chance? Because that last few months of him in the White House, he invited so many rappers there.
But you gotta ask him the real questions too. What barbecue pit did you bring in to the White House?
Yeah, he kept that shit.
Because there's the barbecue pit. And then there's the cookout barbecue pit.
I think you got the cookout one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because that one would piss white people off. We already saw how they pissed off they were over a suit.
Yeah. He brought that cookout shit. On his birthday, he had motherfuckers doing the electric slide in the fucking White House room and shit like that.
Yeah.
I miss that nigga. Well, Biden's in there. He half a nigga.
No, he not.
No,
he's not.
No. Back then, that was I wish a nigga would Joe Biden. Now this is just Joe Biden. But back then, when he was Joe, I wish a motherfucker would Biden. Now he's just Joe Biden. Niggas, like, it's been like 1 month. Niggas losing their mind. Where's our money, Joe? Nigga, I gotta clean this shit up.
Yeah, but I understand. But I understand. I get it. I mean, he ran his campaign on getting rid of college student debt.
Gotcha, bitch.
And then it was like, all right, well, here we get rid of the student debt. No, I'm not gonna do that right now.
I gotta fix some shit right now.
So no, I understand. Okay, you didn't cancel my debt, so where's my money? Because like one has to balance the other one out.
Well, when he comes to the stimulus, when they had to look at the COVID-19, like the stimulus package and shit like that, they wanted to see how much did the 45 administration leave behind for them to work on. Nothing. They literally have to do this shit from scratch.
So, you can find $3 trillion out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, I know. They have to deal with all this other shit.
Yeah, but again, I didn't fall for that student loan. I knew that wasn't going to take place.
Same here. He was just talking shit to get y'all votes.
But I understand why people feel that way. I fully get it. I'm not going to say, it's only been 1 month. No, I get it. Okay, cool. You don't want to wipe it up. Fine. Well, where's the money?
It's coming.
Because you can't come ass backwards 2 times now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
we'll get the money soon.
Politics. That's just what it boils down to.
I mean, cases, he's just focusing on this virus. Out here in Cali, cases are going down. I'm going to get my shot next week. I can't wait so I can take my picture and flex. Because I'm getting tired of seeing people with a fucking vaccine card. Like, I have FOMO. I'm not afraid to admit it. Shit, I want to take my picture. I want to join the flock. I want to be a follower.
Yep. Weak. Anyway,
yeah, never mind. Never mind. No, I don't want to catch the virus. No, I just want to be a follower.
Fuck all that.
I just want to be a follower.
I got to flex for Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the one who always talking shit about those people.
I sure am.
He is.
Motherfuckers would have never knew I was getting the vaccine tomorrow if it wasn't for him. Shit, when people would have found out, I'd have been at a Lakers game. Yeah, motherfucker, I got the virus months ago. I got the vaccine months ago.
Yeah. Hey, man, protection. That's like the new condom, getting the vaccine. You got that V?
Got that V-Pack?
Got that V-Pack? Anything else?
Oh, still a bunch.
Oh, shit. What else?
Prayers up for Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Yeah, that shit flipped.
Shit.
Yeah. He had to have surgery on both legs. Fortunately, it was not life-threatening.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just has bad luck, man.
It was like his knee and his ankle or some shit like that.
Yeah.
The guy's trying to tell him retire. Shout out to Naomi. Prayers up to Tiger Woods. But shout out to Naomi Osaka.
Naomi Osaka.
She had to do the Shawn Michaels to fucking to the Serena Williams. Said, you know, I'm sorry and I love you at a super kicker. That's what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That falls in line with, I was going to bring that up later, but that falls in line now. Again, salute to her. Mm-hmm. This isn't about pushing her to the side, but again, we all know some things you just don't got to explain. She's next up. We get that. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yep.
My question to you guys is, what do you think Corday told them YBN niggas before he left? Like, what do you think what he told them, as in, yo, you guys can keep the YBN, I'm out?
I got to move on. I got to be strong.
Because I got a theory.
What are you from a song?
On what he's...
That's from... What was that? What's that from? I Need a Girl Part 2. There you go. I gotta move on. I gotta be strong. That was in the intro.
Yeah. I was like, wait, I know this shit.
My theory is he just walked up in there and said, look, her potential earnings is $40 million.
Seriously.
It's definitely you niggas. And I'm out.
What was the group he was in again?
YBN.
Just, wow.
And he said, you keep this chain, you keep everything, I'm cool.
I mean, I already got the cosign from J. Cole, got the cosign from M. I got the hottest...
I've been in the studio with Dre.
I got the hottest chick in tennis wearing my chain. Bye!
Yeah. What would you guys say? Because to me, there's nothing to think about. Like, y'all niggas is cool, but we really met off of Xbox gaming. You know, like, we didn't grow up together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
That's an easy one to... I don't want to say break the bridge or burn the bridge, because I would like to think that they were at least still friends.
He pulled a Justin Timberlake.
No. What I'm just asking is just
to a degree.
What would you guys do in this situation?
If I know I'm the Michael of the group?
No. If you're dating,
no, he's not.
Naomi Osaka,
he wasn't looked at as. Let me be clear about this, okay?
We gotta wrap up soon.
Yes. Well, anyways, let me clear this shit up real quick though. All right. So when the YBN shit first popped off, Namir was the best.
Yeah.
Fucking Almighty J was second. Even though he was actually the leader of the group and shit.
Oh wow.
But Corday
was like
quiet. He was
so he
was
like Tito,
exist, bro.
So he was like Tito.
Yes.
So you tell me the Tito said deuces?
Yeah.
Wow, that's disrespectful. Well, if I had the hottest chick in the game,
the Tito has the critically acclaimed debut album.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like he outperformed them.
Yeah.
So he went from Tito to Michael.
And he found a young woman.
They look like brother and
sister. That can get it. Well,
they do.
The thing is with that is when you're in a relationship for long enough, you do start looking like the other one.
Side note, because there was like this high school sweetheart couple. They're not together now. They were from elementary school to high school. They were together and they literally looked like brother and sister. And I was like, wow. And then that's why it was shocking when they broke up. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, because they were together for so long. So when you guys saw them, no. What I'm telling you is that this has been proven through science.
Okay.
It's all
some shit.
When you don't do it on purpose, subconsciously.
Oh, okay.
It's all done subconsciously because you're used to seeing them together all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That, especially that young.
Yeah.
The only time you see somebody together like that all the time is within a family construct. So subconsciously, what happens is it's a weird. I'll help you guys look it up because
I know what you mean.
It's an interesting read. But yeah, what the mind does is it associates. It does this weird thing where it associates a long-time couple.
Yeah.
And it does it to brother and sister. It's really weird how it works, but it's
to answer your question, what would I tell the group? I'd be like, hey, bruh, bye. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna drop the YBN.
Shit.
I'll be nice about it.
Yeah, you nicer than me.
I have manners. He probably told him something nice.
I mean,
but after you get that,
though, like for him, it wouldn't even have been that hard a decision, realistically, because like his music is nothing like theirs
at all.
Like
he's
their
more
street.
Yeah, he's more of a conscious rapper.
Exactly. So I mean,
And when you get cosigns,
it made sense overall.
And you have
I had no issue with
when
it.
you have cosigns from J. Cole, Eminem, Dre, and you dating the hottest tennis player in the game. That's pretty much next up to right next to Serena Williams. Why do I need you niggas? Why do I need music? I'm set for life.
Well, so that's what I would say.
I would have walked in that bitch, but look here, y'all can keep the YBN. Why? Oh, simple. I don't need you niggas no more. B, you want to say but it's just because. N, you niggas, Naomi. No. You run all that shit. You bye, and I'm out. It's just that simple.
You'll be straight up an asshole about it, huh?
Straight up an asshole using YBN against them.
But if I was the YBN, I would understand. I'd be like,
no, of course. But I'm saying in a world where it's like I'm living like Dave Chappelle in the skit where he got Oprah.
Yeah.
Because this isn't just over some regular. We're talking about the present of women's tennis. That's what we're talking about right now.
At the time, the future. Let's be clear.
No. She's beating who was the present. So she is the.
But at the time when he actually.
At the time, yeah.
It's so random. Like they're like the most random couple. I was like, wow, y'all together? Wow. When I found out both of them were together, that's random. Like random as fucking. I found out Aaron Rodgers is engaged to some actress, the chick from fucking. Fuck, I want to say what was that one movie called?
No idea, but they did that shit like quick. Shailene, it was very under wraps.
Whitley, Shailene Whitley. She's like an actress, like a well-known actress.
I knew they were
dating.
Yeah, I knew they were dating, but it was like one of those things where it was like, wait, when did he stop dating Tara Patrick?
He was with her.
What?
Yeah, this
is news to me.
In
man.
NASCAR,
the
right?
Driver?
The driver, yeah.
He dated.
Yeah,
Danica Patrick.
Yeah.
Dude, Tara Patrick is a porn star.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they're both hot. He dated her.
Yeah, Danica Patrick. Yeah,
wow,
they were together for years.
Aaron Rodgers, hey man, that's a sniper right there.
Yeah, because when he broke up with Olivia, what's her name?
Olivia Wilde?
No, what? Yeah,
he was with her.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I gotta look that one up. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, no. Ask about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, ask about him, man.
I don't know if it was Olivia Wilde, bro.
I had the
ask about Aaron Rodgers, man.
Was it Olivia Munn?
Olivia Munn. Yeah.
Yes, that's Olivia what it was.
His roster. That's a. Oh wow, Aaron Rodgers never.
You want to salute him? We salute him.
Shit, salute that man. I was like, wait a minute, you got her. That's a good roster right there. Yeah. MVP in all aspects.
Yeah.
Hey, he knows how to pick them. I'm shocked. I didn't even think he would like. I know he liked like. Damn. Okay. All right.
You need a cigarette or something, bro?
No, it's just shocking.
I
didn't know he had a roster like that.
Yeah.
Good for him. Shit.
Yeah, because that one, it was. You had to know, and I'm not saying this like you had to know their inner circle. I don't know Aaron Rodgers personally, but it was one of those ones where it was like if you caught what was going on, then you knew that okay, that's what's taking place. All right, but they were never public about it until recently. She was on
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon said they're engaged.
Yeah, and, she was like, "Yeah, we're engaged," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, she still has no idea who she's engaged to. Like literally, she doesn't know. She doesn't know the significance of him as a football player.
She just knows him as a person.
She doesn't watch sports like that.
She's
never been to a football game.
Yeah, she's hella humanitarian like that.
Yeah, she literally does not know the significance of who she's dating. She just knows that he's an NFL quarterback and that he gets praised for what he does. Like, she doesn't know the significance of the praise. Really she thinks it's just like, oh, it's a quarterback that's good right now. She doesn't know that she's dating who's viewed as an all-time quarterback
like
and in that
Riley
circle.
Hall of Fame status. Like,
she has no idea.
Like, she really loves him. Like, she really loves who he is.
That's kind of tight.
Yeah, that is pretty
funny.
Dope. That is funny because she hasn't really been in a lot of movies lately.
All right.
Anything else?
Prayers up for Cy High,
who
was shot at while in his hometown of Atlanta. Glad that he's safe. First and foremost.
Seriously.
Salute to Jay-Z. He owns some more shit now. He partners up with some more shit.
He owns some more shit.
Make about 25% of Mars.
Like, why drop an album now? Like, what more can he say now?
Because he can talk about this. He can do a whole album on this.
Oh hell yes, he can.
It's like
Next album's just gonna be called Negotiations, and the whole album's gonna be talking about him and his contract negotiations.
50% of what? It was 50% of
Makes
what?
sense.
Of Moet Hennessy.
Oh, so Henny Palooza coming back.
Oh, so he owns fucking Nas now.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna see how many Nas commercials come out now.
That's just when
You're gonna see a Nas commercial, then right after that, a Jay-Z commercial.
But they partnered, so Moet Henny bought 50%.
50% of the.
I don't know if they bought. How does it work?
So basically, the breakdown was this: is that at first Jay-Z had 50% of Ace of Spades, then he bought the remaining, then he sold 50% to Moet Hennessy.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily like they're buying it. It's a merger.
Yeah,
basically.
like they're not buying it. Yeah. They're joining and they're merging in the shares of the company.
Yeah.
The overall one that has all the dispensaries and everything.
Right.
You're right. So is that also salute to Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is starting both a middle school and a high school in South LA.
Good for him.
Wow, good shit.
Yeah, so definitely want to give him his flowers for that. Let's see. We already got Jim Jones. Cam Newton versus teenager.
That teenager need to shut the fuck up. Regardless of how Cam played last season, you better put some respect. This is what happens when the internet gets to your fucking head. Like,
yeah, it really does.
If y'all don't know, this Cam was doing his what? It was his camp, right?
It was his camp.
His camp, and this dude was literally talking shit to Cam Newton because he's a free agent and called him trash. And Cam just looked at him like, you know who the fuck I am? Like, who the fuck is you, little nigga? Who the fuck have you done? Like, when I saw that, my mouth said, nigga, who the fuck is you?
See, I'm
like, he was trying to roast him.
I'm down the middle with it. Because on one hand, it was clearly disrespect. I'm not condoning any of that shit whatsoever. Mm-hmm. I don't rock with it. Especially when you're at the man's camp.
You know how he was talking?
Exactly.
He didn't ask you to be there. You
volunteered.
Whether you actually paid for it or you found a way to get a scholarship to go there because they have those.
You know
who
he was talking? He was talking to Cam Newton the same way that chick was talking to Charles Barkley in Space Jam.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be here.
Yeah. Wanna be?
Wanna be? Be gone! That's about the funniest part of that shit. You ain't Cam Newton.
You just a wannabe. No, you ain't Cam Newton. You just a free agent.
You shouldn't even be here. Be gone! Free agent! Be gone!
Can you imagine that shit in Space Jam 2?
Damn, looking back at that scene now, like watching that scene now, then watching them on fucking Inside the NBA.
Oh, it's classic.
It's like, damn, that had to hurt. Yeah. Even filming that scene, especially that part where she blocked his shot.
Oh, man.
You
and then tell the therapist later,
yeah,
she blocked my shot.
you definitely knew that in between takes, he was like, "Nah, give me that ball back."
And dunked on her.
Yeah. The same way I told you what I was going to do when I opened up 2K.
He saw the WNBA.
And put the WNBA players against the Lakers and just go and throw an alley-oop on the first play. I guarantee that's what Charles Barkley did in between takes.
Yeah. Said I ain't no role model when he did it too.
Yeah.
5 foot nothing. Blocked my shot.
So, yeah, no, on one hand, kid was disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Like, there's no way else to put it.
Yeah.
At the same time, how many of us at 16 did stupid shit that if the world saw it, if the world saw it, you know, and we damn sure didn't talk to nobody nearly of the caliber of Cam Newton.
Called him a free agent and called him trash.
No, what I'm saying is I've talked crazy to adults that had no status like Cam Newton, but the fact that I thought I was grown, I could talk to somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I get it. He should be held responsible. But what I was finding was like when adults were talking about, oh no, this kid needs to die. This like again, adults taking it to places where it's like, why is that even on your mind? And then it goes back to the place of because when you see black youth, you don't see black youth, you see grown ass. Okay,
wanna be?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's why. Yeah. Again, it's one of those slippery slopes where it's like, nah, he was disrespectful as fuck.
Because he was trying to do a roast session. I think that's what.
He was trying to go. He was trying to have a viral moment. And again, those work against you. And I'm not upset with the adults who chose to say, all right, well, if you want to build that up, okay, what's your status in high school right now? Mm-hmm. And they were focusing on that. But anytime the adults went outside like they always seem to do
on social media.
Yeah, with black and brown youth because they view us as a threat. When we age out of they're so cute, then it's like I'm not gonna rock with this roast session because some of it is they're using this as a ploy to hide what they're really trying to say. Right. Which has racist connotations.
Yeah, I get you on that. But
so,
day, he shouldn't have.
No, most definitely.
He should not have disrespected the man, that Cam Newton at his own. That Cam Newton literally kicked him out that fucking camp.
That was the time to get free game.
And he did. Because there's other clips of him literally giving him free game.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, there was still time wasted.
Yeah.
In doing that.
And Cam just looked at him, too, like, this little nigga really talking?
Right.
Like, you know who the fuck I am? Yeah, nigga that got fucked over the Patriots. Yeah. Yeah. Nigga couldn't take over Tom Brady's reign. That's who the fuck I'm talking to. But,
Meanwhile, while that was taking place, what should have been a celebratory 53-0 debut coaching term.
For who?
Turned into a, we won and all that shit, but motherfucker stole my shit out my locker.
Oh, yeah, Deion Sanders.
Like, fam.
Come on, Deion.
Deion, you made this about you. When I tried to be on your team, but everybody was telling me, I don't know. I mean, he coach is cool, but is Deion gonna make this about Deion over the coaching?
Sure enough.
And sure fucking enough, there was not one word that got talked about the linebackers doing their job, how many points they put up, said that, we played a good game, but nigga stole my shit.
That's all he said.
And then when the school was like, hey, it was a misunderstanding, it was all his stuff was misplaced, it's been found, it's good. He then doubled down and said, and retweeted and said, nah, it wasn't no misplaced. They took my shit. So it was like, okay, all right.
The kids, prime time, the kids.
Jesus,
like,
man.
come on, prime time.
Somebody said best. They was like, yo, this is the second time that's happened to him, particularly since he's been there.
Yeah.
Yo, he just basically went out on live TV and said, yo, I'm an easy mark. And I said, yeah. Prime time gonna be out in Mississippi looking like prime rib to these niggas.
It's like what was that?
Damn,
what was that? The Butterfly song? Institutionalized.
Yeah, institutionalized. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, because now you have to continue doing it just to fuck with him. Like it can't stop now.
I'll just take his shit and just put it in some player's
it
locker
ain't even
room.
about stealing it at this point.
No, it's like
it's just about I'm just going to take it. And I just gotta fuck with you because now this clearly gets to you.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna take your Hall of Fame ring and just put it in some kid's locker room, put it in the quarterback's locker room, and blame him.
Yeah,
it's just to fuck with you.
Like I saw a bunch of people. They were like, most people bringing up the fact they're like, yo, what he did was just so horrible in terms of there's already this ideology about HBCUs and all that, and I was like, yeah, no, I get it. That there's a serious connotation with that. This shit to me was just so fucking funny where it was like, I'll get to that later on. This shit was funny. 53-0 and we did good, but they stole my shit.
Yeah, that's good. Should have been more.
Self-centered mother.
That's prime time, baby.
Yeah. Nah, I know.
Anthony Edwards dunk.
Huh? Oh,
Anthony Edwards.
Oh my God, that was a Black History moment. That was a Black History moment right there on a white boy, right?
Or was he was Asian.
Oh, okay. I kept rewatching the scene. I was like, I thought he was white. Whatever.
I think he's either Japanese or he's Vietnamese.
Yeah, but that look on his face, like,
if he's Japanese, because he's one of. I hate that I'm forgetting right now because I don't want to sound disrespectful, but he's one of two either Japanese or Vietnamese players in the NBA.
Oh, okay. He dunked on his ass. Fuck.
Let me tell you something. I want to explain this. I do not care what stat nerds tell me about fuck you threes.
Yeah.
You put a dunk on my television set.
That's forever.
I'm taking that dunk over a million fuck you threes.
Yeah, I'll take a dunk.
Yep.
I'll take a dunk because fuck you threes take your soul. Fuck you threes take your soul.
It's not even about taking your soul.
Take your pride.
It's not even about taking your soul.
Nah, that's the other way around.
The most non-dunking motherfuckers can hit a three.
Yeah.
True.
Because fuck you threes
not
are
everybody
like
does
daggers.
that.
Yeah.
Even like some of the best dunkers can't do that shit in game like that.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even close,
LeBron
man.
does. He can do that if he wants, if he feels like it.
Not to that.
I don't
Because
think
you got to
I've ever
remember,
seen him do
Anthony
it like
Edwards
that.
is only like 6'4", 6'5". You got to remember that when the degrees of difficulty is always based on the fact of who's dunking in comparison of the height to who's trying to block them.
Yeah.
The reason why Kobe's dunk on Yao Ming is so fucking incredible.
Because it's fucking Yao Ming.
Yeah,
That was-
it's 6'7" versus 7'7".
That
Yeah.
dunk.
It's a full
when he
fucking
did
foot.
that,
Seriously.
Kobe just looked at him and he was like, I'm going to dunk on him. Well, what? Don't worry about what I'm going to do. I'm going to dunk on this motherfucker.
Just give me the ball.
Just give me the fucking ball. Okay, and then he fucking did it. I still say the one he did on Steve Nash, when Steve Nash became MVP and he just fucking dunked
See,
his
that's
soul.
disrespectful.
Yeah. It's disrespectful.
It's
in a different way, though.
disrespectful, but again, in comparison to height,
Yeah.
he's got inches on Steve Nash, so
Yeah.
that's whatever.
Yeah.
Anytime,
I like the Dwight Howard one.
yeah,
Yeah.
anytime somebody of a smaller caliber does that to somebody bigger,
Yeah.
it just adds emphasis. That's why you always go look
glad
back
it
and you
wasn't-
see some of Vince Carter's dunks.
That's what I was just about to
Let's
talk
be
about.
glad it wasn't
next,
Muggsy.
dog.
What's his name? The short dude, the Hobbit nigga. Muggsy
Muggsy Bogues?
Imagine he did that. Muggsy Bogues did that to that.
Man,
nigga.
you talking about somebody that didn't dunk. Imagine that shit if it was Spud Webb or Nate Robinson.
Ooh.
Nate, I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Hey,
I could see that shit.
look, man. The people who just were like, oh, it's a dunk, whatever. It's only worth 2 points. Yeah, y'all the stat nerds. Mm-hmm. You are what's wrong with
This
the
game.
sport of basketball.
Yeah.
Well,
because you're
sports
trying
period.
to, Well, I wouldn't say that because baseball, you can get away with that. You can get away
To
with
a
Moneyball.
degree. To a degree.
To a degree.
Yeah.
You get away with Moneyball. Basketball, how?
Yeah.
Because
nah.
one player can dictate what happens to everybody else.
And the dunk will
Absolutely.
be remembered forever.
Oh no, I'm not just talking about the dunk. I'm talking about one player can dictate a win and a loss by themselves.
Oh, that's true.
Utilizing everybody else. Now the dunk in itself, that of course is why when fans are like, "Oh, shooting 3-pointers is the greatest thing about the sport," it's like, no,
it's
not.
Wrong.
boring.
Like,
I mean, it's
not boring.
It's not boring. Like in the game, it's like, wow, you fucking did that. But when there's something about a dunk, when you do that shit, it's just like, wow.
I was
Feel the electricity. Like,
yeah.
as soon as they
I was
hit,
too
you
young
know
to
what I
see
mean?
it live because I was like 1 year old. But when I go back and look at some of the what I view as some of the greatest dunks ever, when Sean Kemp cocked it, yammed on old boy from the Golden State Warriors, and looked at him and said, yak yak, and ran back. No 3-pointer will ever do that. When Scottie Pippen took the ball to the court and pushed, and Ewing fell to the ground and then put his nuts over him and walked over. There's nothing comparing that.
What about with Shaq when he dunked and he pushed old boy off?
Dunking, a different level of disrespect. Because again, we're talking about guys that are in the same height range.
Oh, okay.
So disrespectful, completely disrespectful. I will buy that too. But what I'm going at is just I'm talking about more of the wing players going up against the bigs.
Like Vince Carter in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Yeah. The homeboy said, "You not big enough," and I'm gonna show you why, and literally jumped over him.
Yeah.
And the motherfucker was like 7'3".
Seriously.
Like, how you tell somebody you're not big enough and they 7'3"?
Yeah, when Anthony Edwards did that shit this past week, that was, even I had to put that on my Instagram, that was nasty.
Yeah.
That was nasty. I live for that shit.
Yes, sir.
I live for those type of dunks.
I love the game of basketball, and that's one of the reasons why. At any given moment,
Anything can happen.
you can get got.
Yeah.
And old boy got.
Got.
Don't be posterized. That's why niggas get out the way when niggas dunk. Like, I ain't gonna be on the poster forever.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Even if you remember
Seriously.
even if you remember Dr. J's dunk,
Which
the
one?
one where he cocks back over underneath and
Oh, yeah.
yams it.
yeah.
Well, if you remember, Michael Cooper jumped, but at midpoint, Michael Cooper realized what he had done and immediately put his head down in air as he was coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Now he knew, he realized what the hell he done did. And was like, oh no, I'm not going down like that.
Nope. Business decision.
Yes.
Yeah.
Protect your business interests as usual. I don't give a damn what they say about defense and all that. You're supposed to take one for the team. Nah, not like that.
Has anyone ever blocked, like, it was gonna be a monstrous dunk and they just blocked the shit out of him?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's happened. I wouldn't doubt it.
LeBron blocked the shit out of Thiago Splitter in the finals when it was them against the Heat against the Spurs. You don't remember that? It was the game 2 when they caught the momentum and Thiago Splitter went up and LeBron literally met him at the rim and caught that shit and then beamed it back.
Yeah.
I remember that one time when Bron blocked the shit out the ball, and he just stood there while everyone went to the other side. He just stood there. He blocked it, and then just stood and looked at it like, you motherfuckers. And everyone the whole team went to the other side, and he just stood there, like, wait till everyone played. Then he turned around and jogged back over there and then made, like, a 3-point or some shit.
You know,
Kobe on Ray Allen.
Yeah, but see, that goes back to what you were saying before about, you know, the height.
Oh, no, he was just talking about blocks, period.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was just talking about that. Yeah, he was talking about blocks, period.
I was just thinking about, you know what dunk really sticks out of my mind? That Baron Davis shit.
Yeah. AK-47.
Yeah.
AK-47 caught his own clip.
Fucking disgusting, bro.
Man.
Because some of that shit, too, you just got to see it live.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't see it live, you just didn't see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially when it happens.
Yeah, especially when it's postseason basketball. It just adds that much more intensity to it.
Oh, yeah, the second half of the schedule came out. How y'all looking? They're going to run y'all niggas dry, huh?
I'll just wait till we get AD back, and then I'll let you know what happens at that point.
Yeah,
because the game's on right now. But
Dennis Schroeder not playing. Like, and this is why, like, it's pissing me off.
How often were you yelling at the TV?
No, I didn't yell at the TV. I just looked at them.
There's no point in yelling.
Yeah,
like literally, there's no point in yelling right now.
Yeah, this is not.
Nah,
it's not worth my energy.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Because if it's worth my energy, then that means I'm invested, and I've already said I just get to the postseason healthy. That's all I care about. I've said that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just get to the postseason healthy. It's fine. Whatever. Doesn't mean I wasn't any less irritated about what happened against the Wizards, but whatever. Just gets the postseason healthy.
Yep.
Yeah. Basketball. I'm gonna be completely honest. This season, I'm over it. Like, literally get to the postseason. It's just
want to, like, what's it called?
So the difference between
simulate to the postseason.
It's the difference between NBA basketball during the pandemic and NFL football during the pandemic. It just goes back to the fact of one NFL game is going to be the equivalent to 5 NBA games.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So one player can have to leave the facility on a Tuesday because of contact tracing, but as long as you get X amount of negative tests by Saturday, okay, cool. Well, you're not missing the game. It's fine.
Still wild.
In basketball, when you have to leave for fucking contact tracing, there's 4 games that got to be played during that week, and you have to wait a week out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened with Dennis Schroeder. As soon as we got the news with AD, it's like, all right, cool. Well, that means it's going to be on Trez and Dennis. And before I can even say Schroeder, I get the update. He's out because of contact tracing. I was like, you know what?
Every time I hear that,
when that happened, I said, you know what? Fuck getting to the postseason. Get to 10 p.m. March 3rd, please. Just please end the fucking first half, please. Get this first half of the season done.
Nah, real shit though, dog.
Yeah, so they're gonna still have an All-Star game.
Stupid.
In Atlanta.
Even more stupid.
And they told Adam Silver said there's not gonna be no All-Star events. And Atlanta said, fuck you. I've seen so many fucking, like, promos for, like, all the clubs going out. Tory Lane's going to be at a club. Jeezy going to be out there. It's like, All-Star Weekend will be popping in Atlanta. Pandemic or not.
But you want the players to be locked up in a fucking hotel when they could be at home resting.
Yeah.
Locked up in their own comfort of their own homes.
Adam Silver went from being a genius to being like Roger
He got
Goodell.
pressure. Yeah, he got pressure.
Yeah, he got pressure.
And he fell for the pressure.
Yeah.
Because this is why I'm upset that there's an... They should have still had the All-Star nods. Meaning you still vote for the All-Stars. They still get that recognition. Because we know that plays into their contracts. Whatever. Yeah. But there shouldn't be an All-Star game. Because regardless of what's going on... You lied to the players.
Literally. You told them there wasn't going to be an All-Star game.
But I want to focus on that. Because it's not that they told them that there wasn't going to be an All-Star game. It's the reasoning behind that. They told them it wasn't going to be an All-Star game to help speed up starting the season. Because remember, the players wanted to start in January.
That's true. They wanted to start so they can rest.
Okay.
So you told them,
I get you.
Negotiations, if you guys start when we need you to start, there won't be an All-Star. There'll be this break, and it's cool. Okay, fine, cool. No All-Star, no All-Star. And then out of nowhere, hey, yeah, so we want to have an All-Star game. Wait.
Yeah.
You just told us that to start the season. Then why did we start the season early? We could have got an extra month of rest.
Yeah, you could have started in January.
Yeah, no, I don't fuck with that. And then people's comments talking about, oh, well, they're pros, they need to go in because, you know, when I go to work, like, nigga, fuck you and your fucking job. How about that?
And your manager.
Niggas don't go to Walmart to go watch you stack the fucking aisles, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not how it works.
Seriously.
Nobody goes to Walmart to go see you work.
We go to get y'all shit and get the fuck out.
And I want to and I'm like, and somebody who's like, you can take it with all disrespect. I don't care. I'm tired of that narrative because then they run and bitch complain and it's, well, my job, this is that. Yeah, well, notice at your job that the TVs are selling for $299 and you making barely $15 an hour, depending on where you work. So what are you comparing?
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because your line of work is not your. It's easy to replace you at a Walmart.
Very easy.
It's hard to replace an Anthony Davis in the NBA.
It's hard to replace a LeBron James.
You know what I'm saying? There's a skill set that
Steph Curry.
Yeah, there's a skill set that
KD.
I don't think people understand this. There's a skill set that even the 450th player in the NBA ranking, because there's only 450 of them, the 450th player is waxing your ass at the 24-hour fitness without breaking a sweat.
Easy. I'll just say this. If they're really about that life, they should just boycott. Not even play.
Yeah, no.
I know why. I know there's a no. I can say because they need to get paid. I get it. But if they really about that life and they don't want to play and it's like Adam Silver, like you lied to us. If they were about that life, all the players that are going to be in the All-Star game, they should just fucking boycott and not play.
If I'm the players, I utilize this in negotiations for next season.
That too.
I tell y'all motherfuckers, when we leave, you don't call me until Christmas. That's when I'm playing. Mm-hmm. When this season ends, fuck y'all, leave me alone. And we will see you on tip-off for Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm. That's what LeBron needs to say.
Yeah.
LeBron said he I'll play, but I ain't happy about it.
Yeah.
He pretty much let it be known. And if LeBron says it, people listen. If LeBron would have said, I'm playing, everyone would fall in line. But since he is the face of the NBA and he said flat out, I don't like this shit, you need to pay attention to that.
Which De'Aaron Fox was actually the first one to say it.
Yeah, everyone told him
but
to shut
the
the
media
fuck
was
up.
telling him shut the fuck up.
Then when LeBron says it,
it's like,
shit.
oh, no, this, yeah, no. One player who deserves to speak his voice, regardless of whether he's played a playoff game or plays for a team that is never going to get there, he has earned the right to voice his opinion.
Yep.
The same that goes with Draymond Green and him voicing his displeasure with what's going on, the double standard
with Andrew
with Andre Drummond and how the Cavs are handling him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
That was some real nigga shit he said.
I don't understand how fans who are, from all intents and purposes, the working man in their industry, how they side with management.
Because they want to be entertained. That's why.
Like,
are you not entertained?
That's always what's confusing to me. You always side with management when management don't give a fuck about you and they'll make a move for what's best for management.
They side with management because it gets the games going so they can be entertained.
Well, it's not. No. It's not even about that.
I'm talking about from their perspective.
No, because you got diehard fans of teams that fucking suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like Browns fans. Well, not Browns fans.
You can't say that
not
now.
Browns. Well, I was thinking of another team. Who else? Jets fans. Jets fans.
I mean, you can say Timberwolves fans. Timberwolves in the NBA, they're the most losingest team since like over the last 20 years or so.
Since Kevin Garnett left.
No,
even then?
I would say it's been heightened even then. But the Kevin Garnett years were like the only years they like really had that kind of playoff run.
4 or 5 good years and shit.
They've been around for like 32 years and they've only made the playoffs like 8 years. And out of those 8 years they only left the first round once.
I feel for like those type of fans, like hardcore fans for trash teams. Like you always hold on to hope every fucking year.
Yeah,
and every year it's like, no, like Sharks fans. Every year, y'all think something about to change.
Well, to be fair, they go to conference finals.
That's not true.
Like,
I know. I just like saying that because you were sitting right next to me. I know. Just wanted to say it.
As soon as you were saying it, I could feel your eyes move this way. You know what I mean? Towards me just a little bit. Like I was like, all right, I see what you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
It's cool, but you're wrong.
I will be at that parade, though.
You're 100% wrong.
I'll be at that parade when y'all win. I'll be the biggest bandwagon Sharks fan
and
ever.
I will punch you square in the jaw.
I will be happy about it. It'll be worth it. Go Sharks.
Hit him in the jaw.
Hit him in the jaw. Like, I show up, everyone's telling us, I was like, oh no, Busby's here. I'll wear the most random Sharks jersey ever.
And the crazy thing is, I will blend in with everybody else because we will also be wearing Sharks.
So you won't know.
You won't see me coming, dog. All you're going to do is like, boom, and then be like, oh,
and I wake
Busby,
up.
where'd you go?
Yeah.
Hey, man. It'll be worth it. Me and JC will be there. At that parade when you guys win in 2020. Never.
Yeah.
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 Oh, you came to terms with it, huh?
No, I've known this for a while.
Since the beginning of time.
Nah, not really.
Hey, man, since I was a baby, you guys always go to the playoffs and lose. Every fucking year.
Yep.
Since middle school. Every fucking year. I don't know why we got on this topic.
Because you're an asshole.
Well, you got on the topic. I had nothing to do with it. You can't ask, I don't know how, when you
I don't know how I got on this topic.
You done did it.
You done did it. Anyway, anything else?
Nah, because you don't got no notes.
I was asking you if you have the notes.
No, I know. That's like, I covered all mine.
You covered everything that I was thinking about talking about. So, anyway, we were supposed to watch Snowfall, but that shit's taped. This is episode 218?
218.
218!
Come with notes next week, damn it.
Hey, I be losing count sometimes.
You wouldn't if you wrote them down in the notes.
Man, I ain't done.
Nigga, are you calling me funny?
You calling me funny? Nigga, I ain't done. Nigga, you calling me funny? We should end it right there. It just abruptly ends. This is episode 218 of the Logical Sense Podcast. You can follow me on the Twitter at Mr. Busby 4 lowercase 08. You can follow me on the Instagram at Mr. Busby. You can follow us on the Twitter at iLLogical SP. You can always follow us on Instagram at iLLogical Sense, and of course on the Facebook.
Give me a hell yeah!
And of course on all social media, you can follow me, JC No Honey. And as you might notice, there has not been an update with the In My Zone podcast. And hate to say it, but the In My Zone podcast is no more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
More.
Yeah, no, there's just you know how, remember I was talking about last week where it was like the word of the year was enjoy, and then so far I've just been
Submit.
Yeah, there's just been some things going on personally where it's my attention needs to be taken there, and seeing as we do what we do and we do it well with this podcast, it was like I can't try to stretch myself thin to continue doing that when I need to pay attention to stuff that is of more importance right now.
Yeah.
So I need to put my attention there.
Feel it.
But In My Zone, the podcast is no more. But In My Zone, the brand will continue. It's no longer a podcast.
It's a way of
but
life.
I am. Yeah. See, the beauty of In My Zone is if you look at the cover, I never put podcast underneath it. I just put In My Zone. The beauty of it is In My Zone Radio will be dropping soon on the app Station Head. So I'm gonna convert that, and because obviously we do what we do here, talking, and it's dope. I like playing music, and I play music every single day.
Right.
So why not just play what I have for the people so that they can enjoy without the form of a playlist that they can get later. And I could just talk periodically, like little spurts here and there. You know, like little
crap
2 minute.
here.
Yeah, sprinkle a little here and there. So I'm still learning what I need to do for Station Head. So there's no set date on that, but coming soon. And My Zone is transitioning from a podcast to an online radio show.
Nice.
And
That's what's up.
And we'll go with that. I still, like I said, I wanted to create, but I want to do it to where it doesn't take away from what I need to handle personally. And since I already have jam sessions on any given day,
Right.
y'all see I got the fucking lights when I put them shits on. This is easy. This is right. I'm like, oh, cool. So now I get some equipment to do that.
It's like it's normal life.
Exactly.
Man.
Yeah. So within the next month, that'll be on. So definitely still go for all the In My Zone social medias. Still sign up. So that way when it does come, you're already set. You'll see the transition over. As of now, at In My Zone Pod, obviously that'll change. But yeah, follow, subscribe, get all that set. And then that way is when it all gets announced, you already see the announcement. You ready to go.
Hell yeah. And you, Martine?
Yeah, you can follow me on all my socials at Venomous408, spelled VNMS408. Search all your digital streaming platforms for my music under the name Venomous, spelled VNMS. I was expecting a ding.
Oh, Lord. I was expecting a ding.
And this Friday, a new edition of the Above the Clouds podcast. Man, I'll really be honest with you, man. I'm enjoying the fuck out of this.
It's
shit,
fun,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Like I'm not trying to be any contradictory towards anything.
No,
that you
you're
said
not.
and shit, but
You're
like
not.
we're talking weed. I'm talking weed, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that shit's fun to me as it is.
As long as you're not talking about crack.
Yeah, nah, I don't do that.
Yeah, no. No, this,
Don't
no.
do crack.
My reasoning has no. I agree with you. Doing it,
Yeah.
on your own, it opens up ways for you to go about it.
Right,
yeah,
right.
no, this is all stuff that's out of my control.
Yeah,
and,
nah, I feel
stuff
you,
I
bro.
got to tend to.
I feel you, bro.
But yeah, subscribe to Above the Clouds, play Above the Clouds, roll up while you're playing Above the Clouds,
Eat an edible
get
while you're
above the clouds.
get high while you're enjoying Above the Clouds.
Eat an edible while you're enjoying Above the Clouds.
Yeah.
That's what I've been
Do
doing.
it all to Above the Clouds.
Including fucking.
Yeah, man. Like it's been fun, and I'm still like I'm figuring out a format and shit now. You know
I just
what
like your descriptions.
Yeah. Oh, what's up?
I like your descriptions. Yeah, so I talk about some shit, and then right here I get into some more shit. And then right there, it's a little bit of this
More
shit.
shit.
Yeah, and it's like, nah.
Straight
yeah.
to the point.
Yeah.
See?
I like that
You
shit.
feel me?
Some shit here, some shit there, some shit everywhere. Be surprised.
Yeah.
Now smoke that
Now
shit.
smoke that shit.
Yes. I'm gonna start putting that dog. But yeah.
What was the movie? Roll that shit. Oh, high.
How high?
Yeah.
Roll that
Perfect.
shit. Light that shit. Smoke that shit.
Red and Meth need to. Well, they're old now. They can still do it. Do a proper sequel to How High.
Or How High
Yeah.
3.
Or How High 2 and a half. Or the real How High 2.
Have a How High 3 and then just smack the shit out of Lil Yachty. I'll be good with that.
Yeah, I was just that
Come on,
it should
just
never
Lil
been.
Yachty.
It should never
DC
been How High.
He's cool.
It should never been How High 2, but I still stand by it. That film was still pretty
said it
damn
was
good.
entertaining.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch. Is this
It
still
was
on
still
Netflix?
entertaining. Yeah, I don't know.
Nah.
It was still entertaining. I'll give him that. Just should never been called How High 2.
Yeah.
It's like it should have never been called Belly 2. Some sequels do not need to be 2s, but that's another conversation.
Oh my God, sequels and 2s.
I'm gonna put that on my notes. See, I'm gonna write some notes.
All right, there you go.
I'll put that on my notes.
There you go.
All right? No, I'm just kidding. WandaVision episode 8 this week. I can't wait to see what the fuck is gonna happen next.
That's all nice, but next week, unless there's something catastrophic that happens, snowfall.
We're supposed to watch it right now.
No. Our recap is starting
yeah.
off the show next
Oh,
week.
shit.
Snowfall. Brick by brick. I give a fuck what Wanda does with her vision. If it ain't in line with that cocaine, keep your shit over there.
They probably have been doing coke. I mean, if you see the shit they've been doing, Rhonda's on that coke. I was about to say crack.
That heron.
Coke diet.
Like coke. I mean, shit, man. Look at all this shit. Like what? Like
The H.
the H. Scarlet Witch.
You notice they started letting Kat get a little bit looser with the clothing. It was starting to show a little shape.
Boy.
She was
Monica looking kind of scrumptious too.
Hey man.
Elizabeth
Hey,
Olsen
man.
looking scrumptious too, man. Oh man, the Holy Trinity right there, thickness.
I'm just gonna say this. I know it's Black History Month,
But boy,
but there's some good milk on that show.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I will say that.
Kat Dennings, man, like
But Monica,
boy.
they all put them pants on. And it's like, oh wait, whoa.
Oh, no, you,
I
you
didn't
saw
know you was doing
saw
all
Wanda
that.
You saw Wanda in that spandex when she got out of
Yeah,
bed.
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
That's what you working
I
with.
turned to Barack. Oh, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now.
I didn't see that shit. I've always been on Elizabeth Olsen, man. She thick as hell. Ugh. At least she eats a sandwich, unlike her sisters. Anyway, episode 218. We out this bitch. Bye.
Peace.